Here we go.
What is going on Tuesday, Painter people? What was the Lo-Fi Beats song about Apollo 13? I have no idea. Thank you, The Markitect, what a mark, for the sub. Today's a special day. You might know because you were here last stream. Chubbs, thank you for the sub. Also love the name. Moisture, go! Today is special because today we are giving away something that's debatably called a miniature. And you can kind of see it in the background. But we are giving away Galactus if during this stream we hit 100 subs. So Chubbs and the Markitect are doing the Lord's work right now, getting us all the way to 100 to give away a gigantic motherfucking Galactus mini, courtesy of Cool Mini or Not. So if you want to see this thing go to a follower, you don't got to be a sub to win it. You just have to be here and be a follower, and the stream has to hit 100 subs. If you are excited about that, consider subbing, consider gifting a sub, consider getting some people in here that will give me their money because I need it. But then we can give away one of these guys. It'll come from Simon to you. It's gonna be awesome. The only Lord's work I care about is the Lord of Light. For the night is dark and full of terrors. That's a movie quote. What is it? Is that Watchmen or is that Batman? It's gotta be Batman coming from Whifstrand.
I'm pretty sure that's a quote from the guy that you're painting.
Galactus?
No, you're not painting Galactus.
Makoro?
Yeah, I think so.
Are...
My original Go Live notification was a different quote of his. And then you were like, oh yeah, we're giving away Galactus on this stream. And I was like, well, that should have been the title.
It's what Melisandre says all the time.
Red Lady, whatever.
That's close.
They're both priests of the same nonsense hooey religion.
It was close, cool. Yeah, that's what's going on today. So, if you are interested, stick around. Come on, Scott. I haven't seen enough Game of Thrones. I think we'll just put him right here. Yeah, that seems right. Hold on. We gotta give him the best paint known to mankind. Fucking blood for the blood god. Right there. Almost made for it, Chad. Come on. Yeah, it's big. It's big model.
It's my paint pot holder.
Painted
like start bringing one of those to paint night?
Yeah. Just to sit next to you.
Very convenient.
All right. Last time, can I set up the old paper rolls? Yes. Last time we were paying Makoro, and I can't seem to get my freaking app to work, so this will probably be out of focus. We were painting Makoro.
Shockingly not out of focus.
Oh, nice. And one thing that I figured out about Makoro toward the end of the stream was that he has like this dark black blue skin, and I really like that. I think that's super cool. I don't want to repaint the model though. If I were to paint it like that, like the concept art showed, I'd give him navy blue skin, and I'd make his robes cream shaded with blue, and that would look so fucking cool. This looks pretty cool as well. And I don't want to redo it, so we're gonna go forward with it. But if I were to redo it, like if I were to spill resin on this guy and have to repaint them, then I would definitely paint it in that way.
You don't want to try an experiment with like filtering over it with contrast paint or something?
I think the issue becomes, I would personally want to repaint the entire model if I were to go with the blue skin. I want a different color.
Well, remember, his robe is going to be getting these sick yellow and red flames, which will give you the contrast.
No, it's not happening.
It's definitely happening.
It's definitely not happening.
Chat, back me up here.
If I win this guy, I would use it as my headphone holder. Nice. Stupid question, is this channel noob friendly? I just found your work on YouTube and would like to learn how to paint minis better.
Hell yeah.
That's a great question. I'm not sure if the stream is super educational, but you can definitely ask questions about miniature painting, and I will definitely answer them, no matter what the level of question is. Lately on my YouTube channel, I've been getting further and further away from beginner content, but I've been making videos for over 7.5 years, so there's certainly content that is beginner friendly, and there is a playlist, I believe, on my channel for beginner videos and more advanced videos. that I haven't updated in a while, but still will have good beginner info in the beginner playlist. Mr. Funkadizzle, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. If you got a gift from Mr. Funkadizzle, thank him or her in the chat. Also CTSA Jira.
You got there. I didn't have to do it.
Jira. Is this a reference to an Atlassian product, or is this a reference to Gojira? Big dinosaur man. 28/32 millimeter is so tiny. It is so tiny. It is the bread and butter of our wargaming world, though. What up, Chris?
Illusionary Voice says, it's a chill and chat place, but Vince Venturella does pop by to chat here, too. I was just chatting with him last night.
Nice. About what?
Age of Sigmar.
Is he
My
trying to
next
keep-
army.
What? No, you don't need another army, Evan. I forbid you.
We talked a little bit about this, I think last stream, maybe it was the stream before, where I finally found my Age of Sigmar dwarves that I'm going to play.
Right, yeah.
Which are deep sea steampunk giant mechs being piloted by dwarves as Gargant proxies. And I'm like, yeah, this is sick. I can definitely print 3 really big ones and 4 medium-sized ones. And go nuts.
That does sound pretty cool. Star Wars Geek, thanks for the Prime sub. Appreciate it. 9 subs to 100 to give away big old Galactus here.
We do have that Simon bag. Do you want to do that today too?
Sure, let's do that today too.
Why don't we say when we get to 50, we'll give away a Simon Expo bag.
Yes.
It's the halfway point.
Yes. So if you weren't here last time, Storm130, thank you for the sub. If you weren't here last time, at 50 subs, we'll give away a Simon Expo bag, which is one of these big ones. It comes with full boxes of miniatures, fun puzzles, face
holders,
face masks, dice, lanyards, lots of tchotchkes for properties made by Simon, Zombicide, Blood Rage, Ankh, all that kind of stuff.
Promo cards, some of which are pretty expensive, some of which aren't.
Promo cards, promo miniatures, a fun neoprene mat. Yeah, so all this comes in one of these big bags, and we'll give it away at 50 subs. American Irish, thank you for the Prime subs. Has to be today. Today. No rollover. And a sick bag and a sick bag. Actually, I don't think Amber is sending the bag, so sorry if you wanted a bag.
Yeah, the bag can be sent, probably. It can be folded up and destroyed. The bag will arrive. Its condition is not guaranteed. Alamo6 gifting a sub.
All right. Show me where I'm at with this camera. Okay, I want to paint here. Is that in focus? That's good enough. I need a smaller brush. Amber, out of curiosity, did you send the people that won the Simon bag the actual bag?
I haven't sent it yet.
Okay.
I can, but it would probably be folded if you just don't want it. Like it might get crinkly.
I think that's like unavoidable. I don't think people actually want the bags. I don't think you have to do that.
I don't know. Someone might want it.
I think it's cool.
I mean, I kind of agree. Yeah. Oh, I got one already.
Oh, right, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if they want it, just
Okay.
otherwise probably.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
Here's just what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a poll in the chat because that is the best way.
No, don't do a poll. Just ask the people that won.
Nah, that's way too much work.
You have their fucking DM info.
Way too much work.
How many Simon bags are in the Simon bag? I actually think there are no Simon bags inside. There's no like
It's deep.
fun bags.
Do you want... Wait, hang on.
Wait.
There we go. Want the bag shipped...
This is the wrong brown
Oh,
color.
this is the wrong way of putting it. Do you want the actual bag? Dragon Dam 82 gifting 5 subs.
Thank you, Dragon Dam 82.
No Orktober. I mean, Greyjoys are kind of like the Orc faction.
Yeah, I can say that. No Orktober? Yeah. I don't know. I've never participated in Orktober.
Sent in the box folded. There we go. That's a good way of putting it.
not that I don't necessarily not like orcs, but they've never been something that, not never, but not for a long time have they been something that's really captivated my imagination. Whipstrand, thank you so much for the sub. I went and watched our Batman miniatures game VOD, or at least a decent portion of it, because I was like, I forgot how the game works, and I wanted to remember the rules. And that was a really good game. That was a lot of fun to watch. We gotta get Stefan on the stream again to play whatever you want to play, Stefan, whether it's Batman miniatures game, whether it's, I know you're in A Song of Ice and Fire, or maybe Shatterpoint, anything. Woodfellow, thanks for the Prime sub. October isn't for you, it's for the hardworking orcs out there. Fair, dude.
That's right. Woodfellow, subscribe with Prime. What was I gonna say? Something motorcycle.
Wow. Amazing. Before I go further on the face, let's try to make eyes where there are no eyes. Or at least
his eyes are closed, Scott. He has faith.
Is that what it is?
Sure.
Well, we're gonna paint the tops of his eyelids then.
Amos Dean, this is Maroc? Makoro? Makoro? I don't know. Hang on, I'll just write it. Yo, how's that truck project? Well, let me tell you. The plan to work on it every Tuesday over the summer turned into working on it 2.5 Tuesdays over the summer. Instead, we just got together and did other stuff on Tuesdays, which was nice. The plan is now find money that I don't have and hire an automotive technical services student to just come and get the project going again. Or just, roll it out into the alley and burn it.
What do you want to do?
So, it's going pretty well. Oh, I remember what I was going to say. It was in regards to Orktober, not motorcycles. The more I look at those Conquest orcs, the more I like them.
Yeah. You want to post them up on stream so we can all see what we're talking about?
Yeah, sure.
Because I've looked through the whole range like 6 months ago, and some of the human faction is like my kind of like hoity-toity, puffy arms, I kind of like medieval vibe. But like there wasn't enough of it to like be like, yeah, I want to invest in this army. But maybe that changes all the time. They're getting better at casting miniatures. Atsu 33, 333 no less. Thank you for the sub.
They're like, man, Parabellum, your website looks good, but it's really hard to navigate the way I want to.
Yeah. Thank you, Woodfellow. I appreciate that. I actually think that once I paint the details, like the flames and stuff, it will actually make the blend look even better. That's just my theory, though. We'll see if I'm actually right about that. So right now, I'm just
color shift paint for the flames, right?
No. Right now for the eyes, I'm just trimming up how large that eye white is. I made it a little bit too big, and I'm making it a little bit smaller now with my max shadow skin tone, which in this case is whole red, which is a very beautiful dark red-brown color. When I paint people with black skin, I like to paint them with warm brown red, just because you still get that liveliness from like having the blood under their skin being visible through translucent layers of skin. So I like to use a warmer brown. But before I go too crazy with making the eyes the right size, I should have painted in the iris first, because then whatever corrective things I do to around the eyes will also correct any potential mistakes I might make with the iris color as well. So it's important to do that before I do any.
Thanks again for all the support. That was a level 5 hype train.
Nice. Dwan Ring, have you been able to make good use of Makoro? No, I haven't used Makoro yet. I will be using Makoro in my next game. on Wednesday, tomorrow. Just because I'm playing against a Bolton faction. I have no idea what Bolton does, but I imagine it'd be good at some point to kind of like shut down their orders and tactics. But yeah, I haven't used them yet.
All right. So this is the new orc faction for Conquest.
Oh, 1 second. Okay.
They're like
I've definitely seen this all before.
Mongolian-inspired orcs that ride dinosaurs.
Whoa. That was an intense pose.
Yeah, I don't know how you're actually supposed to use that, but I love it.
All right, we'll just chill for a bit. Man.
That thing's got to be like a foot tall. Because these guys are pretty big. They look like they're bigger than the regular Conquest scale humans, so that means that this thing must be enormous. Pretty sweet, I think.
Mongolian. I would say this gives me Aztec vibes.
It's got a little of that in there too. The reason I say that is in particular these guys. This feels very, yeah.
Yeah. You know, I'm not huge on like the dinosaur orc thing, but I think really the biggest, problem for me is it's like they're not painted with a great scheme. You know, it's like
I kind of agree.
The purple shoulder things, the yellow thing, the teal, the teal turquoise undershirt, and then when you see the whole picture,
great, and then you look at these, and I'm like,
yeah,
not really working for me. Like they look like the riders have a very kind of cooler scheme, and then the things that the Triceratops things that they're riding look like desert beasts. Yeah. And it's like, it's not really jiving for me.
Yeah.
Same thing here. It's I think this is a little better, the brighter yellow, but it's a lot. Yeah, I think that these guys could benefit from a more cohesive scheme for sure.
I agree, because I noticed that right away when you saw the whole picture army, is that the whole army it really lacks cohesion.
Yeah. It's kind of all over the place.
Because like you have like a whole, in the top left, you have like a whole unit of like blue-skinned orcs, and then like
they're like a teal, blue-green,
which is fine to have different like skin tones in your army, but if that's the choice you're gonna make, then make all the units varied, because then it seems like it was intentional. This just seemed like we tried out different orc recipe skins on every batch we painted for fun, and it makes it lack cohesion.
Yeah. And maybe these were all just painted individually as units, not for the army collection, which is what this like you buy it, you get the turnkey 2,000 point army kind of thing. It's the page that we're on here.
Okay.
They do have a couple of alternate things here. This is the alternate build for the giant.
Okay. Thing. There are alternate builds. Yeah. So how are you gonna pay for this army if you're gonna start a new Age of Sigmar army?
Well, the Age of Sigmar army is 3D printed, so I've already paid for it. Which is to say, I bought the STLs and it was $20, and I'm done. I paid for the army.
Perfect.
Loud pop. How am I going to pay for this army? Well, that's just it. So I don't think I'm gonna until I have people to play Conquest with. But yeah, you said we were. Which human faction do you want to look at?
10 folds, 10 something.
100 kingdoms?
100. Yeah. Okay, it was a number. Yeah, 100. Yeah.
This is their turnkey box for them, where you just get an all cav army.
See, yeah.
Definitely went the wrong way. There's the old light cav, which look okay.
That's a nice painted face.
Yeah. But then there are these guys. I just want these guys. That banner is so sick.
Why?
It's just a really cool sculpt. It's an impaled suit of armor and a bunch of tattered remnants of the guy's heraldry. Dope. also these guys, which are a very different aesthetic.
Wow, yeah.
But
I kind of like the horse thing, the horse head thing a little bit.
yeah, like the weird heavy plate face blocker.
Yeah, I think if it was maybe less, just a little bit less in your face, it would be a pretty cool, actually, detail. These guys are big. The models are so big and chunky.
Yeah, it's like 40 or 45 mil scale. These guys are huge.
Jesus. What up, Carl? That's a pretty cool model.
Yeah.
I like the hood. I like the hood and like the complete face. What's with the all Cav army? There's definitely more than just Cav.
Yeah, they have these collections where you can just buy a turnkey, like, here you go, here's your army. Which I really like the idea of. Because it takes a lot of the decision making and hunting out of it.
Okay.
You know, like they've got the same thing here for Old Dominion, which is the undead Romans, where you get some of the big monsters and a bunch of the different troops and stuff. Same thing for the Nords.
Look at that. Eyes where there were no eyes.
Hey.
And that just starts from making the eyes bigger than they actually are, painting in the pupil, and then just trimming around the outside with brown paints to make the eye the actual size that it needs to be. The model looks just like me after a shower and then years consecutively in the sun. Thank you, Woodfellow. Appreciate it. RuneScape tabletop RPG with miniatures and expansions? Excuse me, coronary jump? Are the models shitty though? Like intentionally blocky? Because we gotta see that. That sounds pretty... I definitely had a RuneScape spree as a young lad. So I would be interested in checking that out.
Link in the Discord. Hang on, I'll find it.
So when I was painting this guy's flesh last time, I basically like used Caucasian skin to do the highlights. But now this time, instead I'm gonna take brown, the brown paint that I was using, and mix an off-white yellow into it. And that might just get us back to the exact same place that we already were. Or maybe it'll get us closer to something more maybe unique to a black person's skin tone. I've also heard people say that they mix off-white blue into brown to get a highlight for black skin tone. I have never tried.
You know what they're doing? They're making a RuneScape TTRPG instead of bringing back Guild Ball.
Oh,
good old
motherfuckers.
Games.
Come on, man. Of course, you're right. Of course, it's by fucking Steamforged. I mean, what? More power to them. People are gonna love this.
Do we have any
There's
pictures?
so many things.
Board game deluxe. I want just pictures of the minis. I hope that they're like really low poly. They're not low poly minis.
They're not? That seems like a missed opportunity. Although it's like, do people actually want that?
Yes. I want my hand to be a cube. Look at this guy. He's like a real...
Oh, my hand to be a cube. Yeah, that's not a cube.
This isn't RuneScape.
I don't... Here's this is as a consumer, this is my reaction to Steamforged products. How big is this company? They can't be that big. How many different boxes are being released in this game? Like, I saw like at least 10. Like all these expansions and stuff, right?
Looks like 10, yeah.
How can they make a good gameplay experience with all these products?
Oh, well, no, we've got 2 role-playing game books, a board game deluxe bundle, which comes with the expansions, so that's also the same thing. So...
Do you know what I mean, though?
There's a board game, 4 expansions, and a role-playing game.
as a consumer, I look at all the games they have IPs for, everything they're doing, and I'm just like, how do you make all this stuff and have it not suck ass? It's like, is it like a 400 employee company?
Maybe.
Because like it takes a long time to make good games and stuff, and like they're just, are they pumping it out? Am I imagining this? I don't know. I'm trying to be.
It feels like it.
I'm trying to be as reasonable as I possibly can right now. But this is my reaction. I'm curious if you guys have a similar reaction. It's like, how do you make this much stuff and make it good? It's like, it can't be good, right? It can't be good because otherwise, I mean, obviously the models are totally fine. They're very paintable, nice models. But the game itself, I'm curious about the game itself. They have Horizon Zero Dawn, game with ton of minis, 2 Kickstarters with Monster Hunter World, and I mean, they have way more than that, Double D's. They have Elden Ring. They have the one before that, Dark Souls. There's so many. Look at those 2 models of the same base figure. I
think it's supposed to be him like leveling up.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's the same face.
The pose is different. The legs are like in different positions.
Yeah, it's not. It's
Toy Story TTRPG. I would get so, not Toy Story, but like we could use another Small Soldiers movie.
Hell yeah,
dude! Someone made a skit of like an expanded universe Small Soldiers, and it is so fucking cool. It's like a totally rendered thing. It's like 5 minutes long, and it's about like the universe that the toys come from, and like it's so cool. It's such a cool trailer. Isn't some company trying to get a Small Soldiers video game? I don't know, maybe. That would be cool. Okay, chat, what I'm gonna do instead of using off-white yellow to mix a highlight for the skin, I'm gonna use off-white blue just to see what happens. Pastel blue. Yes, that one, Double D's minis, the one where they're in the toy store.
Oh yeah,
I
watched that.
Did you watch that? It's so cool.
It is.
It's so cool.
I searched Small Soldiers lore, and the top result is on our fan theories from 9 years ago.
God.
The events of Small Soldiers takes place within the Transformers universe, just several years before the first film.
Wait, is that legit?
No, this is fan theories. I love this idea, though. My favorite idea, though, is that Small Soldiers takes place in the same universe as the Terminator films.
Wait, I don't even know what that means. What are the implications of that?
So, because in Small Soldiers, the toys come to life because their chips are like AI chips.
Yeah.
Right? So the fan theory that I've heard before is after the events of Terminator 2, we're ignoring all the other Terminator films. What Terminator films? And Cyberdyne goes out of business, and the toy company buys the leftover chips on the cheap. Right? There's like all this surplus stock from Cyberdyne, and they're like, oh yeah, we can totally, these are programmable chips, we'll just program the language model into them and put them in toys, and we'll save thousands of dollars.
Okay.
And then accidents happen, and then the toys come to life because they've got the AI chips in them.
And then it's Child's Play all over again.
Pretty much.
I'm looking at how this model is sculpted, and I think the beard goes on top of the lip. I'm seeing this detail. It seems like there's strands that go down, but I've always thought he was mustacheless, and the concept looks mustacheless. So I feel like I want to stick with that. Although I'm unsure. I'd buy that story.
Yeah, that's right, Woodfella. That is a line for the movie. They were designed for the Defense Department. You put munitions chips in toys? Yeah. Leftover stock from Cyberdyne.
Sorry, illusionary voice, if my head's getting in the way. I blame Evan. He's supposed to yell at me when I do that.
It's not getting fully in the way, but a little bit. We're just getting that side eye socket view.
I mean, I am okay with that from a quality standpoint. Are you guys okay with that? I feel like if I'm not blocking the action, it does not matter how much of my head is in the frame.
All right. Here's the difference in our production ethos. You care if someone sees a microphone. I care if someone sees an out of focus face.
Well, I just feel like it's impossible to film miniature painting without some of that. At least the way that I position my camera. If I positioned it differently, then I would.
That's true.
Probably get away.
Moves the camera a little lower. See, the thing is when you're sitting up straight, the camera is aligned directly with your head, but then you like to hunch into your miniature painting, so the camera could actually probably be lower. Gorka Morka 41782 cheered 100. Show of hands, who's excited for the Toxic Avenger remake coming and has seen the teaser trailer? I haven't seen the teaser trailer.
I don't know much about Toxic Avenger.
I think you would like the Toxic Avenger, the original.
Why? Because it's funny?
American superhero black comedy splatter film.
So, like
Blood Feast.
Oh, I haven't seen Blood Feast. Wait, from like the 60s Blood Feast? No.
Yeah.
Wait, really?
That's what a splatter film is.
You think that I would have? Okay, I have seen Blood Feast, but you think that a normal person would have seen Blood Feast? You know, I feel like if you wanted to describe what that kind of movie is, relating it to a 60s schlocky horror, like, I don't know. Who's gonna know that?
I mean, what do you want from me? Should say something like Magnum Force?
No, wait. I don't know what that is. I know what Mega Force is.
How about Cannibal Holocaust?
There we go. I've fucking seen that.
Yeah. I know my audience, Scott. So anyway, I think I have seen this, but it was in a past life when I was in high school or something. I need to see screenshots from it. He was 98 pounds of solid nerd until he became the Toxic Avenger, the first superhero from New Jersey. Here's a fun fact. Gotham City is in New Jersey.
All you need to know is Toxie is now played by Peter Dinklage, murdering people in the explosions of gore with his trusty mop. Mount the camera to my nose. Yeah, that might do the trick. All right, this is probably good enough, honestly. I can tell the hairline is a little bit off. Just because when I put a watered down like paint on the model, I could see that it settled in a recess that I didn't see before. And so that recess was the model's actual sculpted hairline. So let me just kind of creep this hairline in a little bit more. And then we'll paint the hair and finish up this model. I'm pretty happy with the face. I suppose I should do a few more highlights on his actual chest. I didn't do much of that.
Oh yeah, there was one other Conquest thing I wanted to show you that'll make you really happy, I'm sure.
Okay.
They're doing their winter promo models this year.
All right.
You know this will make Scott happy. Also framing.
Framing. Oh, what the fuck?
It's badass Santa, and you can tell he's a badass because he's covered in belts.
Yes.
Why would I wear armor when I can just wear more belts?
Dude.
It also has the Grinch, but definitely not the Grinch.
Oh my gosh.
I am absolutely buying this.
Are you? Okay. This kind of thing doesn't work for me. Like memeing on tropes that don't belong in the genre or the hobby that I'm riffing in.
I don't know, man. This is a fantasy game, and Santa's a fantasy character, so
I'm not saying it's not reasonable that it should happen, but like, I don't care for the Grinch in my miniature war game, you know? Like, what would you do with this model?
I don't know.
Just to have
it comes with a narrative scenario pack.
But like, you want it just because it's fun, right? You don't.
Yeah, I think it's cool.
Yeah, okay.
And if I'm gonna buy into a little bit of Conquest, why not get the little promo figure thing?
Yeah, again, I
think the Santa's actually pretty legit looking. He
kind of is. He's definitely better looking than the Grinch.
Yeah, the Grinch is definitely the bigger meme.
You could definitely paint that model like something else entirely, and you wouldn't even know it was Santa Claus. It could just be a cool model. But yeah,
I mean, I'll paint him like Santa regardless. But
fun is cringe.
True.
I love that so much. What do you mean? Santa's a fantasy character. I get it. It's just like, I have these.
I'm just saying that Santa is many people's fantasy. Are you telling me that you don't dream of badass Giga Chad Santa?
I do not know.
Come in sweeping you off your feet?
I kind of think about Santa for like 3 weeks out of the year, and then he kind of goes away.
Yeah, but for those 3 weeks, it's a romance whirlwind.
It is. My muse tells me that I need to paint Santa Claus. Matt, Less Than Love. Thanks for the sub. Appreciate it. He says, hope the Galactus giveaway goes well. I hope so as well. You don't find the power to visit every house in a single night sexy? I mean, you're right. It's not that Santa Claus isn't cool. I just don't. I feel the need to explain everything that I think. Like why? And I don't know why.
I must justify my beliefs.
That's pretty much what it is. I think it came from. This is too much information, but I feel like it came from me being a good Christian boy and none of my high school friends being that, and them constantly questioning my beliefs. And so I felt the need to really figure out why I believe what I believe. And that I think that extended to everything in my life. And so like in my head, it isn't good enough to tell you that I don't like IPs mixing. Like you guys, I think you know that. Like you know that like a vampire wood elf to me is like an abomination. Like I don't want that to happen. I like to put together things.
What? How is that a mixing of IPs?
So again, I'm using the wrong terms here, but like things that belong in silos, taking them out of their silos and mashing them together just for the sake of mashing, it's just not my cup of tea. Does that make sense?
That makes more sense than the first thing you said. But
right. Okay.
I still think that I could probably poke enough holes in the core thesis there that I don't know that that's blanket true for you.
I mean, there's no thesis. I don't like Santa Claus in non-Christmas things.
Sure.
Full stop.
That part I'm not going to argue with. Yeah, sure. Get that.
Nothing belongs segregated, Scott. I mean, like, again, that is also a totally valid thing. Like, people can like run Santa Claus in their war game just for the meme because it's funny, and that is good enough. But that isn't me, to be fair. So Atnas, the child eater from KDM, is a no-go. I don't know what Atnas is, and I'm not really a huge fan of KDM to begin with. Is lore with the vampire wood elf? Is that if there is lore? You know,
elves can't be vampires. That's what Scott thinks.
That's not. The thing is, I don't know what I think. I want to make a video.
It takes a big man to admit that.
I want to make a video about this, but like the older I get, the more I realize how little I know about the world and how little I know about myself. Like I will start liking things that I didn't think I could like before. Like recently, this has come up with like single player video games. Like I previously only played multiplayer, and now I like those.
Yeah, Star Wars.
I
keep sending Scott that same message every time I see him playing Fallen Order.
Yeah, Jedi Fallen Order.
It pops up on my Steam and I go Star Wars.
Yeah, but
makes Scott mad. It's good.
Yeah, like there was a quote in that board game book, and I'll save you all from reading out of a book again. But basically, the gist of the quote is: if so many people like this thing, and I don't like it, surely there is something about it that has merit, and it's like it's worth my time to investigate it more. And so I don't like anime, but lately I've been watching Haikyuu, or is it Haiku? I don't know how to pronounce it. The volleyball anime. It's because like if I'm gonna give anime a chance, it might as well be attached to a subject matter that I care about, which is volleyball. And so like that extends to so many things. If people love single player games, there's got to be redeeming quality. If people love Santa Claus and war games, maybe I can find something to like about that as well. And I've discovered that through experimenting in that way, there are things that I have been missing out on my entire life that I do like legitimately. So that's why I say I don't know I don't know anything. I know nothing. I'm learning constantly.
Okay, so
this guy likes volleyball. Yeah, I love volleyball. Haikyuu is correct. Thank you.
What was I gonna say?
I don't know.
I think a lot of people have this experience at some point in their life. For me, it happened earlier than with you. I think it happened to me roughly in high school, where I realized that it's just like, oh wait, everything is actually kind of dope. It was when I wholeheartedly embraced the fact that a bunch of pop music is actually really good.
That is another thing that I used to be the kind of person who was like, pop music sucks. I only like metal music.
This was going to have a lot of overlap between the two of us.
Right. And so then my wife loves pop music, and right now I'm doing a 1001 pop albums to listen to before you die, and they're not the kind of pop you're thinking of right now, but just to try out new things, try out new music. And yeah, I'm discovering that I like more than just metal.
Right.
So anyways,
well, and that was the point that I was going to get to is people tend to start forming identities around a very specific thing. In the case of music, it'll be a genre or even a musical artist. And sometimes they never let go of that. And it's just like, no, I don't really listen to anything unless it's grindcore or whatever, right? You know, like there's that specific. And then there's people who are like, I only listen to this kind of radio station or whatever. But actually, there's a lot of merit to pretty much all of it.
Yeah.
Not entirely true across the board, but if you're a fan of music and you listen to quote unquote the greatest hits, like retrospectives even a few years ago, pretty much any genre will have a lot of good stuff in that. And then there will be the weird outliers where you're like, why the hell was this popular? And sometimes there are other social factors that go into that kind of stuff and so on, but you know, this is popular not because the music's good, but because the singer is really hot or whatever, right? Sure. It was the theme of a very popular show is another one. But it takes introspection and time to realize that like tying yourself so closely to a thing and rejecting everything else that's like similar to that. It's this, we see it in war games. Yep. There are people who are like, the only war game I'll ever play is 40K or something along those lines.
I think you said something really interesting, was that people wrap their identity up in what they like, right?
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
In many things, in politics and religious beliefs and everything. It's like, and so when something else comes along that challenges that identity, which is like a different musical genre that's superior to metal music, how could that even exist? Then it's like, it has to be bad, or I question my identity. It doesn't even have to be
superior. It just recognizing it as an equal threatens your identity, right? Because it's like encroaching on that. It can't be as good because that means I am not doing the best thing.
Someone called this nerd puberty.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, sure. I'm going through nerd puberty right now. So when I say I don't like something, at the moment I don't like it, but maybe in the future I will. A lot of people think if they don't like something, it must be objectively bad for some reason. That I think I might fall victim to that, because I feel the need to explain why I don't like something. Like, ergo, there needs to be a reason why I wouldn't like it, because I'm not going to not like something that could be conceived of as a good thing. I'm only going to like it if it's bad. So I have to
That's
describe it.
Also something I've seen authors talk about this all the time, and product development specialists and stuff. One of the questions that you shouldn't ask someone is why they don't like something.
Really?
Yeah.
I ask that question all the time.
It's not. It's the data that you get from it isn't actually valuable. asking people what they do like is it's a question that's full of pitfalls, notoriously, when like doing like Nielsen polling and stuff like that for developing shows and stuff. It's very hard to get real data, because as soon as people start self-analyzing and trying to justify their beliefs to themselves in any sort of way, the answers radically shift and change from the more base level truth, which might be as simple of, I just like this actor, right? Why do you like this show? They may say it's because of the plot lines or whatever, right? But it's actually just the lead or the leads. They like watching the leads. And then they have to come up with a reason that's better than, I find these two people nice to look at. Which is why some of the best data for like developing a show or a movie or whatever is the old school dial data, where it's just simply putting people in a room and putting a dial in front of them that's just like, turn it to the right for things that you like and turn it to the left for things you don't like.
Sure.
You don't have to explain why. Just keep moving that dial back and forth based off of like how you're feeling in the moment, what works for you, what doesn't. And then they'll ask questions afterwards, and people will give all these random different answers about like why they turned the dial to the right at this point. It's interesting stuff.
That is really interesting
stuff. Yeah, exactly. As a thought, I can't play it because then we'll get we'll lose our monetization on YouTube. But there's a great clip from The Simpsons that I even referenced like a week ago about Neon Genesis, where it's they put a focus group together for Itchy and Scratchy at the mall from The Simpsons, where they have all the kids in a room and they're like, yeah, we're gonna show you some clips and you just tell us what you like. And then so they get the dial feedback, which is very much a thing, and then they ask the kids what they want, and like, so you want a down-to-earth show with everyday issues where there are giant magical robots fighting each other, and all the kids go, yeah, exactly.
People don't know what they like.
People can't explain what they like.
People can't explain what they like.
They can feel what they like, but like actually explaining it is really hard.
Flapjack Nickelsack, thanks for the Prime sub.
1 year.
See a Wizard of Oz. Bill Hader has said that when he asks people to critique his writing, when they say something is bad, they are typically right, but when they suggest what it should be instead, they are totally wrong. Coronary jump. This is also a line of thinking that I hear all the time in books about writing, making board games, making war games, is that a playtester is very good at identifying what is wrong with the game, but their solutions, not so great. You know the game you want to make, you know what the kind of feelings you want to evoke and stuff like that. They don't have all that information, so they're kind of shooting blind. I'd guess the same is true for a movie or a TV show. And even other reasons too. Guy Montag says, I found the setting to be really inspiring and really to go to core with what it means to be human. Are you sure it wasn't the cat girl in the bikini? Yes. Yes. Get that be complicated, yo. Mark Rosewater. Players are good at spotting problems, but are often bad. Yes, this is a Mark Rosewater thing. Speaking of Mark Rosewater, he had an interview in the book that I read, and his answers to the questions were phenomenal. All right, I think the skin is done. I'm feeling pretty good about that. I want to talk about something regarding layering that I think is an important concept. I'm not a huge fan of the very specific like recessed shades I have in like his brow muscles. I should probably soften that a little bit. It's like he's got like a pair of sunglasses on top of his fucking head. The beard isn't done. I haven't painted the beard yet, just base coat. But with the skin, I use the exact same progression of colors on the face as I did on the chest. But the biggest difference between the chest and the face is simply the amount of those colors that were used. Down here, you still see some dark blue in the recesses. You see largely that chocolatey brown color. You see a little bit of that Caucasian skin tone, and even less of that brighter light blue mixed into that Caucasian skin tone. Now here on the face, you see almost no dark blue, if none at all. But you do see a greater concentration of those lighter colors. So I'm using the same progression, but I'm just applying more layers of brighter colors on the face just to always draw that attention upward, right? Dark blues down here, light teals up on the shoulders. Everything is working upward. And this is a technique, this is a concept, not really a technique, that I always think about when I'm painting like a 1 to 2 hour miniature paint job. How about Dio? Looks like Moses. Definitely gives me Moses vibes. A man's wearing a G-string on his forehead. Fine, I will fix it. To fix this, I'm gonna take an intermediate brown color, thin it down pretty thin, and then I'm just gonna paint over the line, and I'm gonna push my brush down so the line splays, or so my brush splays out wider than the line itself to cover up the brown and to soften the surrounding areas with this kind of light brown color. I'll just do that a couple times over the course of painting the model. But you can kind of see a little bit softer already. How to get the color for its robes? It started with an airbrush, but then I just kind of painted over the entire thing with a paintbrush. This is wet blending. You can watch it on the last stream if you want. It's the VOD's up on the Miniac's backlog channel. Okay, I want to paint these flame things, not gaudy. But I also want there to be nice definition around them. And so in order to get the definition, I'm going to first base coat them navy blue and then paint them with the gold paint that I want to use. That'll be much easier than first base coating them gold and then trying to outline them in navy blue. The Pale Marcher, thanks to the Prime sub. If you guys don't know, we're giving away Galactus this stream, and he's right here, just kind of off frame a little bit, but he's here and he didn't forget you. At 100 subs, oh my God, someone wins this model, okay? You don't gotta be a sub to win, you just have to be here when the giveaway is happening. At 50 subs, which we're halfway to, we're giving away a CMON Expo bag, which is full of all kinds of fun goodies. So we got one at 50 and one at $100.
Actually, see, we're keeping ours. We're getting you a brand new one.
Yes.
From our friends at Cool Mini or Not.
Didn't want to paint them up. I mean, to be honest, no, I don't want to paint up that model. It's way too big. It would take so long.
I think that's what we need to start doing on streams.
If it was something big that I cared about, then I would be like, okay, I'm a little bit more interested. But
well, we need him for when we play MCP to use him as terrain.
Paint with that size 0 brush only.
Why a size 0 when you could use a size 000?
Make even more of a joke. All right, so I'm gonna be very intentional about like pushing this base coat of dark blue like all the way to the edge of the actual detail. And then when I paint the gold on later, I will just graze the top of the detail, leaving this dark blue behind and hopefully a nice crispy outline.
He says gold, but what he means is color shift paint.
You wouldn't even be able to see the color shift on such a small thing.
That's why you gotta cover the robe in it.
Yeah, that would work.
Yeah, Mike Genie, that's what's up. Big pimpin' mother of pearl robe accents.
Mother of pearl. I wonder if Ollie from Broadsword Wargaming is ever going to come back after we lambasted British beef or United Kingdom beef. He says color shift, but what he means is censored by Green Stuff World.
Yeah. What I meant was bass boat paint.
Bass boat. Total boat. You got any Jedi Fallen Order enjoyers out there? Been playing that game lately and it's been a lot of fun. I don't think it's like an amazing video game, but I've been just really enjoying Star Wars at the moment, and I wanted more Star Wars things to do. I want a game where I can play as an actual Sith. I don't think that really exists, but
Force Unleashed?
I've heard the Force Unleashed is pretty close, but I believe the extent of it is you just kind of like do mean things during dialogue sequences. I don't know if you're actually a Sith Lord.
What the hell?
Fallen Order. I haven't bought Jedi Survivor yet. The combat could use some more polish. Yeah, I was actually surprised at the level. I didn't know what to expect, but like I didn't expect like parrying and stuff like that to be in the game. Neck deep in Starfield at the moment. Fallen Order gets 10 ponchos out of 10 for me. Yeah, dude, the ponchos. You're Vader's apprentice. Okay, so you gotta be a legit Sith then. The Jedi mullet is fire. Force. What's going on over there, Evan?
The Ip-Man got unplugged.
Oh.
Or rather, became unplugged. Problem solved.
Someday we will solve that problem.
I'll probably get Jedi Survivor on Black Friday or something.
Yeah, I didn't. It wasn't too expensive when I bought it, and it wasn't on sale. So I imagine on sale it'd be pretty dang cheap. There are some annoying parts of it, like trying to travel around a map you've already explored is very annoying. I really appreciated in Doom how you could just like teleport from zone to zone if you had already discovered that area. It made getting back to certain parts of the map to like retry out certain things and challenges like a lot easier.
I don't know. I'm torn on fast travel. It's a convenience thing, but I feel like games are actually more memorable when they don't have it. Because you retread that same ground and it kind of builds up in your mind rather than just going into a menu and being like, I'm outside the temple now.
Fast travel isn't Survivor. I see what you're saying on paper, but like I guess one of the issues with Survivor is whenever you stop at a rest point, which there are many.
Fallen Order?
In Fallen Order, whenever you stop at a rest point and you use it to get your health pots back, which are called stimulants, and you get your force back and your health gets up, you respawn all the enemies on the map. So, like,
yeah, because it's a Souls-like.
Right. So the problem with that is I have to just replay the whole same level again to get to the point that I want to get to. That feels kind of bad.
That's why you got to get good.
I mean, I'm not bad. I just don't want to waste my time killing mobs I already killed.
You just get good and kill them instantly. Or just run away.
Fast travel respects my time.
Is this Scott's first Souls-like game? Maybe. I don't know. Is it?
Can I get a comprehensive list of all Souls-like games? No.
Jesus Christ.
When I was younger, not little, when I was in college, I played Mass Effect 2. Would that count?
Mass Effect?
I don't know what Souls-like means.
Okay. It means
I'm not a video game
It means
guy.
Yeah, you haven't really played a lot of single-player games regardless. Yeah.
I just discovered it like in the last year and a half.
Souls-like are obviously like Dark Souls, but
yes. That I know, but
like what elements actually make things a Souls-like or don't is one of those kind of contentious topics. But generally, it's going to be the healing and rest mechanic, where you have to go to a bonfire or bonfire equivalent and you have a certain number of healing charges are very prevalent across the genre, and combat that's defined as being very, very skill and read heavy and generally without animation canceling. I feel like those are the two big key tentpoles. There's a lot of other stuff, but those can just be the trapping. Yeah, dodge rolls, maybe. You don't have to have dodge rolls necessarily. Just like how you could maybe have parries or maybe not. It's obviously a loose scale thing, but many games that claim to be Souls-likes probably aren't. They're just doing it for marketing purposes and saying, look, we have an Estus flask and like nothing else. And then there are a bunch of games that don't claim to be that very well could be if they, ascribe to it.
I never played Skyrim, but is Skyrim a Souls-like or no?
No, definitely not.
Okay.
Generally, they're going to be just like Jedi Survivor. They're not necessarily story heavy, but they're a very scripted space. It's the enemy placements are very intentional. It's not just a roam around an open world true kind of thing. There are exceptions. Obviously, Elden Ring is a very open game, but having a currency that you lose when you die and have to pick up back up, sometimes, not necessarily.
Oh yeah, that's in Fallen Order.
Yep.
When you die, the current XP and force, I believe, that you had, the mob gains, and as soon as you hit it one time, you gain it back.
Yeah.
This guy is starting to look a lot like Kunkka. You think so? What? How so? Doesn't Kunkka have he's like a Caucasian pirate?
Yeah, big boss battles, sure.
Big boss battles. Haven't got a lot of boss battles yet in Fallen Order, but when you face like a bigger mob, like when they first introduce the first like Inquisitor Jedi or like a security droid, they're like a little bit harder, and you get like a fun little cut sequence. But I haven't had like a legit boss fight yet. The gold things. Okay, Admiral's gear. I got you. But no, having a lot of fun. Running around, smacking things with a lightsaber.
It's a great game. I enjoyed it immensely.
You played it too?
Yeah. I
Nice.
played it in 2020, I think.
Nice.
Maybe it was early 2021. Yeah, it's the new one that I'm waiting to go on sale. So,
Well, that'll be a little bit longer then, right?
I bet they'll do a sale for the holiday season this year. But it won't be a big sale. I just don't want to pay full price. I'm fine with paying like 20 or 30% off or something like that.
Is full price for a video game nowadays $60?
70?
Oh, we've gone up $10 since I was a 16-year-old.
Yeah. The one thing I will give the video game industry is that video games actually don't cost enough at their base price right now. Relative to inflation and then how much the budget and all that stuff, I think that we're kind of underpaying for games.
How many games that are paid for are there games that do pay for the game and also like microtransactions?
Yes, there's lots and lots of those. Yeah, it's horrible, but I mean, like, that's been around for ages. Even the first, like, Overwatch. Buy the game, and then, oh, you want skins? Buy loot boxes or play a lot. A lot. Yeah, live service games. There's a lot of games that, yeah, they come out as a paid thing, and then they have like, cosmetic or other tiny microtransaction type DLCs right at launch, and I hate that nonsense. Lords of the Fallen. The Spain of Plastic wants to know about Lords of the Fallen, which is definitely a Souls-like.
Don't know. Never heard of it.
The first Lords of the Fallen, I am not a Souls-born enthusiast. I've only played a few of the games. Like I played Sekiro. I just played Remnant 2. I never played Elden Ring. That's on my list, but as I recall, the first Lords of the Fallen has this great aesthetic, but people felt like they they didn't understand the assignment. They made a game that had all the systems, but like it didn't feel right. So all my friends that really were into Souls-likes bought that game and then kind of bounced off of it and didn't like it. But the new one may have solved those problems. So we'll see.
Okay.
That's true, Toilet Toads. You can add to that list Armored Core, and even Starfield isn't a live service game yet. They're going to have DLCs for it, I'm sure, but if the DLC's a real DLC, it's fine. How you feeling about that gold, Scott?
I'm loving it. I'm loving how I'm going to paint the sleeves this too, and like the whole model is going to be tied together because of the gold. So I love it.
Yeah, but it could have been red gold. And it should be.
I don't know if that'd be bad. But you want it to be flames. You don't want it to be red gold.
Space Batman. I don't know. I've played a lot of Starfield. Like, I was up until 6 in the morning playing Starfield again.
God damn it.
Keeps happening. And I still have pretty mixed feelings about the game. It's on the one side, I will say it's the best Bethesda game I've ever played at launch. Minimal bugs, pretty much everything's worked. But man, a lot of the writing is really just kind of disappointing.
What kind of game is Starfield?
It's like Skyrim, but in space.
Oh, okay. Does it have support for mods?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I already have like 15 mods. The frustrating thing about the game, and a lot of games, is like how much potential it has. And you're just kind of like, you worked on this for years and you didn't like see this really, really, really obvious way of doing this thing. All right, spoilers for one small side mission. You go to a resort planet. You know, like the planet is a resort company, right? And up in space is this big ass unknown vessel. And you can't talk to it. It's just like static. You go down to the planet and they're like, hey, we don't know what the deal is with that ship. It's been there for like a month. Can you like take care of it or something? You're like, cool. So you go up and you dock with it, and it's a generational colony ship that left Earth before faster than light travel was released. Right? So they were beat to this planet by 150 years by this resort company that turned it into just a giant planet-wide spa. And they're like, yeah, we left Earth because we knew that the planet was probably going to die, and my great-great-great-grandfather built this ship, and I'm the captain now and all this stuff. And you're like, okay, that's neat. And they're like, yeah, we filed some paperwork, but there was no official way to do anything or whatever. And the company on the planet is like, you can either blow them up, but we're not going to tell you to do that, wink wink nudge nudge, or they can become slaves here, or we'll let you buy them an FTL drive so they can go find somewhere else to live. Those are your three options that you're given. You aren't allowed to look up that original charter and see if you can put them in contact with someone to sue for a right to the planet because they had first claim to it, or anything else, or even just there is no option to just be like, man, these greedy capitalists who are yeah, we want to enslave these people, fuck them, I'm just going to burn down their corporate headquarters. Nope, none of that exists. Your only options are to send these people packing, or enslave them, or blow up their ship. Why aren't the other options explored? Because that's how a lot of stuff in Starfield feels. where it's like there are like 4 other quest outcomes that I can see to this, and they just didn't do it. And yes, Carl, it would be better if Santa was in Starfield.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the first DLC, is Santa in space. How does Santa visit all the homes on Earth in one night? Try visiting all the homes in the galaxy. Gold.
I know, it's wonderful. It really makes the whole model come together. IMO. Santa has access to time dilation fields. I was following my personal account, not a Reaper's main account. Facepalm.
Whoops.
That's all right.
You're here now. That's what matters.
Indeed. All right. Let me just fix up some of my mistakes.
You gonna make his whole staff gold too?
The top part seems metal. So to answer your question, no. But maybe the top
gold is
part?
not a metal. Confirmed.
What? The top part might not his whole staff though. Wait, what's this? Is the staff wood, or is the staff something else with something wound around it?
What I'm saying is, you said the top part looks metal, so no. But so my riff on that is, well, if you're not going to paint the top part gold, it's clearly because gold is not a metal. Got it.
Oh, I thought you asked me if am I going to paint the whole staff gold.
Yeah, it should be.
It should be?
The staff is carved wood officially.
Okay.
But you can paint wood gold.
Can I? Not
I mean,
allowed.
you can in real life even.
Whoa.
Paint can go on wood. Crazy.
Looks
like driftwood, maybe.
Yeah.
Megalodon Jaws gifting 5 subs.
Ooh, thank you, Megalodon Jaws. What up, Pete?
That is Pete trying to make sure that we give away one of these things from his warehouse.
Non-wood.
Non-wood.
He carries an iron
staff
staff.
as tall as he is with a dragon's head that spits crackling green flame with brought down. So maybe it's iron and wood?
It seems like there is a staff that has something wound around it. So I could see like the core being metal and then whatever is wound around it being something else, or vice versa. One of the two.
So he's going to have a gold staff.
Or a silver one, or gold. Like, I don't know. There's currently no silver on the model, so I guess including silver would be kind of weird. But silver is also a pretty neutral hue. It's just like gray, essentially. So it's not that weird to include it.
I mean, you could put some silver on the model. You could make him into the Silver Surfer. Just cover up that skin with some nice chrome. Man,
Evan, you have the worst solutions to my problems.
Well, I'm just thinking about how he needs to go with Galactus, which is what we're giving away today on the stream if we hit 100 subs.
Okay. All right, let's paint that hair. I want to paint his hair white. I like the idea of it being shock white, but I'm too lazy. And I painted it all black. And so instead, I'm just going to paint it black. My dude has a manly beard and abs like a champion. Yeah, he's Makoro. He's from the game A Song of Ice and Fire from the Greyjoy faction. It's wood. Don't listen to Evan. He's a chaos agent. I mean, Amos Steen seems to be quoting something. He carries an iron staff as tall as he is with a dragon's head that spits crackling green flame when brought down. And like, I see a dragon's head. It's as tall as him, if not taller. So this seems to be what he's quoting. He or she is quoting.
Oh. This is a mini from this box.
What is it, Heroes Box 3?
Heroes Box 2.
Is there a third Greyjoy Heroes Box?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah, in this concept art, I guess it could be iron. It looks like a green metal.
Green metal.
But you're like way off of his official paint scheme anyway, so
Yeah.
do whatever you want, man.
Yeah, at this point, probably. You're right.
Just paint it gold.
I do like the crackling green fire thing, and I'm definitely going to riff on that a little bit. I think that's a fun thing to get some inspiration from. Chad, have we had a solid movie talk in a while? Let's see. What have I watched recently? I have watched... Oh, I already went over this. Oh, no, I didn't. I watched Meatballs, which is a summer camp comedy featuring Bill Murray from the 80s. I watched the episode 4 of Star Wars. Dude, my wife does not give a flying fuck, but she is getting the greatest Star Wars media consumption experience that anyone could ever hope for. She watched, I made her watch all of these. She watched Andor, and then she watched fucking Rogue One, and then she watched episode 4, and so she's getting all the backstory, all the context. She even saw Solo before seeing episode 4, so she has some background on Han Solo. She doesn't remember that at all, but
that's good.
But I am more happy for her than she is happy, obviously. But she actually remembered the whole thing about the Death Star plans in Rogue One, and I was so happy about that. So yeah, I watched episode 4. After watching the movie What We Do in the Shadows TV show is greater than What We Do in the Shadows movie, I've seen maybe 6-7 episodes of What We Do in the Shadows TV show. I didn't come to that same thought. I wonder why you think that. Why is the show better for you than the movie?
More is better. This is America.
Has anyone seen The Creator? I haven't. That's a Zack Snyder movie, right? VHS 85? Oh, is that the newest VHS horror movie? The vibe of The Creator is Chef's Kiss. Oh, you started watching those Fear Street films. They're on my watch list. I haven't seen any of them, though. I don't know a whole lot about them.
Jay Peso 464 subscribed with Prime 10 months in a row.
Thank you, Jay Peso.
Where are my Ghoulies lovers in the chat? Yeah, Ghoulies is... Yeah.
I kick ass for the Lord.
Binging The Walking Dead, nice. Zack Snyder is the Rebel Moon one. Okay. Who did the creator? They have more room to create depth in characters. The casting is so good for the show, and they really play up the ridiculousness of the situation. Gotcha. Did we miss Stonebeard? Stonebeard, thank you for the Prime sub.
Directed by Gareth Edwards.
Gareth Edwards. Watched The Big Short last night. Nice. That's a pretty good one. I enjoyed that one.
You know what else Gareth Edwards worked on?
No.
Rogue One.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The Green Room as well. The Green Room is a very intense and good movie. Thank you, P. Carly K. Okay, let's add in some brighter blue highlights in his hair.
I just really want to see the original version of Rogue One.
What are you talking about?
Before they reshot 70% of that movie.
And made it the best Star Wars movie to exist.
Wrong. Very wrong.
You know, I think my favorite Star Wars movie is Han Solo. I don't know. Although I haven't rewatched episode 5 or 6 or 7, 8, 9.
You can skip those.
Okay. I have permission to skip those, chat. I don't know.
I thought Solo was okay, Mike Cheney. It's just, it was okay.
I just had so much fun watching it. Guy Montag, thank you for the Prime sub. I think the problem that I have with the main trilogy is it just lacks so much creativity. And actually most of Star Wars does. Not just because they stole a story. Episode 4 in a vacuum is really fucking cool. But it's just like episode 7, episode 5, they're just rehashes of episode 4. And it's like, could we not have thought of a different angle to take? I don't know.
What? Episode 5 is a rehash of episode 4?
Not in like writing in its entirety, but in plot it is. There's a giant planet killing device. If we don't deal with it as the good guys, the world will end. We need to deal with it right now. Like that's the
episode 5?
5 or 6. I can't remember. Haven't seen them in years.
6 is the one you're thinking of, where there's the second Death Star.
Sorry. Yes. So it's a giant planet killer thing they got to deal with right now, and if they don't, it's over for everybody. And it's just like we did it. We're doing it so often, and even in smaller plot mechanisms, like we're rebels, we have to sneak into a base. What we're gonna do is we're gonna hide on a ship, land on a pad. Enemies are going to come in, we're going to mug them, steal their costumes, and then walk into the base. That has happened so many times in Star Wars history. It's just like, it feels a little schlocky, you know? I'm okay with the second Death Stars, the third and fourth I had an issue with.
It's got to be a MacGuffin, and it's got to be an Omega weapon. That's how it works. That's the rules.
What was the... It's the series. Oh, I did. That's the problem, honestly.
Yeah.
Okay, I haven't seen 5 in a while. I know it's the one with Hoth, and I know it's the one with Endor. They're trying to break into a Empire base on Endor. What's in the base?
Which movie are we talking about? On
5. 5 now.
No, you're talking about 6.
Nope. Oh, wait, the Endor one is 6.
Yes.
What the fuck's... Okay, what happens in 5?
They go to Cloud City and get their shit fucked.
But what's the big bad? What giant problem are they solving? Shield generator?
The giant problem is introspection and becoming a Jedi.
Shield generator.
He goes to Dagobah. He trains with Yoda. He realizes that his friends have fallen into a trap at Cloud City because he feels it in the Force. He goes to confront Vader and try and free his friends. And Yoda tells him, if you go, you might get your ass kicked, kid. And Luke's like, yeah, but I gotta go. They're my friends. And then Yoda's like, yeah, but Jedi don't need their friends. And Luke's like, Pog.
Wait.
Not a Jedi then. And then goes and get his ass kicked by Vader, and that's the whole movie.
Wow.
There is no
plot.
MacGuffin. No, I mean there's a lot of plot, but the plot is.
It doesn't sound like there is.
The plot is growth for the characters. It is
right.
not.
Yeah. That should happen in the process of dealing with the plot.
Scott just complained that every movie has like the big weapon, and then the movie that doesn't have the big weapon, Scott just goes, "There's no plot."
Okay. The fact that you think the only kind of Star Wars plot that can exist is a big bad weapon is telling.
No, I mean the plot is there. It's just
the plot is the Empire striking back.
Well, I mean, kind of. That's what's going on. They're facing all this pressure on all fronts as the Empire's like, man, you blew up our Death Star. We're gonna like eliminate all your bases. We're gonna go hard in the paint.
The plot is character development.
Kinda. Because the plot is also to move the story along for the third film.
Right. Okay.
I'm with you, Pete. Ultimately, Empire Strikes Back is a great film because of the fact that the characters drive the story so heavily, as opposed to, my God, another super weapon. Why did the Sith keep doing this?
They can coexist.
No.
They can, through problem solving, they can develop the characters and have a plot. I'll watch it again.
It's not only the best of the series, Pete. It's like a actually great film. Not just like a action movie that broke into the zeitgeist, but like it's really good.
Well, I can't wait to watch it again. I fucking love Hoth. I love Hoth, and I love the snowy, wintry stormtroopers. They're so fucking cool.
It is cool, but also they spent so little time on Hoth.
I know.
The movie is kind of weird.
It's the beginning.
In a lot of ways. Yeah, exactly. It's only the first like 20 minutes of the movie where it's just like, yeah, we're on Hoth. Now we have to escape from Hoth.
The last time I saw it, I went to one of those showings where an orchestra plays the soundtrack to the movie. It was such a cool experience. But that was several years ago. Harrison Ford, Lawrence Kasdan really wanted Han Solo to die in Empire, but Lucas said no. They finally got their wish in Force Awakens. There you go. It's from the guy who directed RoboCop 2. Also, Scott, I have that Vader comic for you. Cool. Dan, I can't tell you anything that I like because then you just go out and buy it for me.
Yeah.
All right, here is Pete Shirley, the North American sales director for Simon's top 5 movies. Jaws. Okay, the name works. Empire.
Have you not seen Jaws?
No, I've seen Empire. Jaws fucking rules.
Okay.
I had to watch Jaws.
Fucking heart attack.
I had to watch Jaws as part of a film class in college. Jaws is great. Empire Strikes Back, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Highlander. Fuck yeah, dude. And Infinity War. You can't pick 2 movies for number 5. You gotta pick one. All right. Highlander in top 5 LOL. Tasty meat. How fucking dare you? Highlander deserves to be in everyone's top 5. Movie fucking rules.
It's not in my top 5.
Come on. No love for Highlander?
I didn't say I didn't love it. It's just not in my top 5.
Okay. I love how in the Han Solo movie we see more like frosty stormtroopers, like when they're trying to steal whatever kyber crystals from like the moving train, and Enfys Nest gets in their way. There are like troopers that are defending the caravan, and they have more of that cool like wintry getup, and I really like it. I think it's super cool. I want to do a Legion army, and I was thinking about doing an all-winter Empire army. I don't know if I can actually do that though in Legion. Winter Stormtrooper drip. The director's cut is great for Highlander. The theater cut is hot garbage. I haven't seen Highlander 2. I can do what I want. I'm the chief of police. Okay. Okay. Good enough for the hair. Legion sells, oh my God. Okay, it's hard to look at models for Legion. Does anyone else feel this? Like, there's no place where I can just go through all the models and there's nice big box art pictures. I don't understand why companies don't make this easy to do. I just want to look at your models. Can we find this box, Evan, and
I'm working on it.
And look at it, the Blizzard Force box?
Oh, Legion.
Okay, hair's done. Oh yeah, I want to do some gold highlights on the upper gold elements. Do I want to paint the staff gold? Pardon me.
This is the box.
Oh my God, dude. Show me the minis.
Comes with Darth Vader.
Oh my God, I love
No
it.
troopers.
These models look a little rough, but I will fucking make it work. There are speeder bikes? There were speeder bikes on Hoth? I guess that makes sense. Whatever, anything could work.
Sure.
Fuck yeah, dude. Snow troopers. I love it.
This is X3 snow troopers, but then it's got a picture on the. Does it mean 3 units of 7? It's so confusing.
Dan's trying to sell me on the box he's got at the source. I kind of am curious what the STL world looks like for Legion, and if I could print a whole army for Legion. I've never done that before. I've never printed an army for any game. I've only like printed like bits and maybe a unit. All right.
I mean, I'm all about this clone commandos, but I don't know if I'm going to play Legion.
You know, one thing. Oh shit! What was I gonna say? Fuck. What up, Shitty Mini? Maybe try Shatterpoint?
I'll try Shatterpoint. That's a neat trick.
We played Shatterpoint on the stream. You can check out one of our VODs.
Yeah, now Scott's like, I don't want to play MCP. I want to play Shatterpoint.
But also...
Okay, my mutants are Sith. Sure, fuck it.
My most recent video on my main channel is about painting the Jedi Hunters box. So if you want to see not only a game of me playing it, but also a video focusing on Shatterpoint products, check out the latest video.
Broadsword Wargaming in the chat.
Hey, what up, Ollie?
You were worried that Ollie wouldn't come back after we insulted his beef.
He's back. He survived the lambasting. I apologized to him after the stream. I keep going back and forth between MCP and Shatterpoint. I guess to me, it's all about like whatever your aesthetic preference is. If you're more into the Marvel universe than you are the Star Wars universe, I would go with the one you're more into aesthetically. That's just what I would do. Because I mean, I don't know if you need to play both. Like they kind of satisfy a similar itch. But I don't know. There's no Jaws minigame. Mike, don't be mean. Giving away a massive model at 100 subs. Yes, Ollie. Big boy. What other squads?
Got a ways to go on that.
On what?
On that giveaway, we got to get another 67 subs to
We
give away that
are.
Galactus.
We do. We have to go a little bit farther. Why choose? Just play Evian. Oh God, Carl.
Hell yeah.
Don't get Evan started.
Hell yeah. So the London GT tournament for Song of Ice and Fire was this last weekend. And Mickey picked up a box of Evian to show it to some people over there.
I kick ass for
It's
the
happening.
Lord.
Broadsword Wargaming gifting a sub.
Hey, thanks, Ollie. With a big man. Also, it's incredibly cool that you're in the chat talking about a different company's games. Pete, you would never see people from GW doing that. Like they actually probably are told from their managers they're not allowed to do that.
No other games exist.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool you're doing that. Okay.
Pete, I love that idea. Maybe so Scott, you're working on a dueling based miniatures game. Why don't you angle for that fucking Highlander license?
Fucking Highlander.
And then you get the gimmick going of when you lose, you remove your mini's head and it's magnetically attached.
Oh my god, dude. There can only be one.
There can only be one. There's the name of the game.
Yeah.
There can only be one.
It's writing itself right now. I went to a cabin over the weekend, and it was a 4-hour drive to the cabin and back. And Amber likes to drive, or rather, she doesn't like it when I drive. And so I just have 4 hours of time to do nothing with. And so I wrote basically half the rules for a volleyball miniature war game. And I couldn't be more hyped about it. So we're going to play that on the stream sometime. Just like MCP, you paint one dude, bam, he's on the table, no squads. Actually, so yeah, someone asked what the rest of my MCP team is gonna be. I called it Jeticide, and it's gonna be 4 Inquisitors, it's gonna be a Stormtrooper Sergeant, and a Daddy Darth Vader. And that's my whole team. I need to paint 2 more guys, and then I have a Shatterpoint team. What? I love it. I played indoor volleyball when I was in junior college and much thinner. Hell yeah, dude. Mini agnostic? Every game is mini agnostic. I want to like make like a vampire team and a wood elf team, but like if you want to fucking play whatever minis you want, go for it. I mean, it's gonna be some shit PDF rule set, so you can do whatever you want. Katie in LA, thanks for the sub. Thanks for being a great attraction during work. You're welcome. That's a good point, Digital Soul. Is that I appreciate the list writing in Shatterpoint. It reminds me a lot of Song of Ice and Fire, where hot swapping things in and out is very simple. Scott can't tell the difference between MCP and Shatterpoint. In what regard? I mean, I can't remember the rules for MCP, unfortunately.
Just means that we need to play it.
I am definitely interested in playing it.
That also means that I gotta keep painting.
Never stop. Never stop, never stopping.
Might have accidentally ordered some Song of Ice and Fire, says Broadsword Wargaming. Accidentally, eh?
Accidentally.
Hate when that happens. When you trip, stumble, accidentally add to cart, and click checkout on items that you were browsing and looking at.
It happens to the best of us.
It's weird.
I might do that as well with some snow troopers. We'll see. No, I shouldn't.
Space Marines. $600 worth of Space Marines, Pete. Hey,
at least Pete paints his models. Unlike Adam. I mean, who am I to fucking say anything? I got work to do. I do want to make like an Eons of Battle style video.
There you go.
Where I like paint a whole army in like a weekend or something like that. I mean, that's not a Eons of Battle like specific video, but he does it fairly often and is fairly good at actually accomplishing the goal he sets out in the beginning of the video. And I think a bunch of snow troopers would be too bad to try it out on.
You know what we should do, Scott?
What should we do?
We should play in the Age of Sigmar tournament at Renegade this year.
Okay.
It's in like a month and a half, I think. It's like the button on the end of the path to glory or whatever.
Okay. Let's do it. My new current obsession is Lord of the Rings, says Broadsword Wargaming. Played a doubles event last week and was good to learn. Just want to do that loads now. I get that. I get that feeling. Canadian Cultist asks a question. I want to try and mess around with an army idea for old school Warhammer Fantasy. I want to make vampire counts but styled like conquistadors. Same vibe as vampires in MTG's Xillian expansion. Any ideas for pieces to look for, or minis or bits? Conquistadors, eh? Well, vampire counts had a little bit of a spree of pirate vampire counts. And so not exactly Spanish conquistadors with your typical nice half circular helmet with like the brims that point up on the ends, but at least nautical. And when I think of conquistadors, I think of nautical. So I might look into some of that. I might look into some of the pirate vampire, what was it called? Pirate Vampire Coast. Does anyone remember what that was called when that came out? And there was like a White Dwarf thing for it a while back for fantasy. There may be some models for that. Are there conquistador models in Age of Sigmar or fantasy? Lustria?
I mean, Cities has a little bit of that Spanish breastplate design on their new minis, but
it must be, yeah.
Not really. Pirates of the Vampire Coast.
Oh, Katie in LA is asking about diopters that can include prescription. I don't know how lenses work exactly, KD in LA, but what I believe is I don't think you could get prescription lenses. That would just be glasses, but in this form factor, right? Because otherwise, I mean, these come with a prescription, and that prescription is like some kind of magnification. I don't know if it could be magnification and your prescription, because the lenses are designed to have a certain focal point. So it's like this model is in focus at this distance.
Dan has a better answer, and was what I was going to say. You can get jeweler's loupes that attach to your glasses, which add magnification to your prescription. It's a pretty common thing. So your prescription isn't just a level of magnification, it's also focal correction, or like in my case, I have an astigmatism, so it's actually just correcting for like a little bit of warpage. Warpage. And so you can slap on a magnifier on top of many, though not all.
Okay.
Yeah, astigmatism gang rise up. Most common type of eyesight issue, I think. Because you sleep on your face and then your eyeball changes shape. So yeah, that's what I would suggest looking into. One thing to note is a lot of those, they might be set up at a different distance than you like working, so it may require some trial and error. But caused by trauma, like your dog died and then your eye doesn't work as well anymore. Yep. And I'm joking. I obviously know it's a physical trauma, but
Snake.
I got divorced and then I needed glasses. That's what happened to me.
Chat, I think my interests in miniature painting are changing. I'm having so much fun painting gaming figures. And I don't really have much of a desire to spend loads of hours painting the display model. And I don't know how to feel about that. I feel like some of my identity is wrapped up in my ability to paint models really well, and I attach a lot of that identity to painting display models. And I know I can paint gaming figures pretty well, but I don't care to paint gaming figures like really well. I don't want to spend a lot of time on them. I want to just paint them in an hour to 3 hours and then be done and then move on. There's so much satisfaction in like playing the game.
You got like 3 hours into this guy right now.
I'm not 3 hours of actual painting time.
Well, I count talking.
Okay. I feel bad, you know. I want to paint display models, but right now I just want to paint minis for games. And I feel bad about that. Identity crisis. Time for a sports car.
Scott's not gonna buy his Miata quite yet.
I honestly think gaming figures will do better for YouTube. I mean, probably. It's not about YouTube necessarily, though. But I guess you're just saying that as like an aside. Maybe.
Scott, you're just saying what I said. 2 hours ago?
What was that?
That like I used to think I liked painting, but actually I just like having painted things to play with.
Yeah, that's kind of true. Ride the motivation wave while it exists. Sure that at the thought, you know, sometimes you don't have to question everything, and you can just enjoy it. That's what I'll do. I'll just enjoy it. Like I'm hopefully gonna have a painted Greyjoy army coming up here soon, and then I'm gonna have maybe a painted Shatterpoint team. Frickin' I told Dan that I have almost a painted Shatterpoint team. They fucking painted the whole Shatterpoint team in like 3 days.
Sounds like Dan.
God damn it, Dan.
Dan actually enjoys painting.
Yeah.
In a real way.
It's hard to know if I enjoy painting or I enjoy the outcome from painting, like just a pretty painted model. I don't know. I think I'm pretty good at painting, and so part of that there's some joy in being able to do something, having an idea for something, and then being able to execute on it in a way that makes me happy. So like that's a thing. So there's joy from that. But outside of that, I don't know about the process. I don't know if I like the process. I don't know.
I mean, Dan definitely doesn't care about the process. Because as soon as contrast paints became the big thing, he was like, this is the process.
Get shit on, Dan. You're fucking bad.
That's right, Dan.
I'm just kidding, Dan.
Dan's process is, let me spend hours cutting weapons off of this guy and putting it onto this other guy.
Dan is the only person I've ever seen who's converted a Song of Ice and Fire models.
Yeah, everything has to be converted.
Ninja's...
My Bolton flayed men, or not flayed men, cutthroats, they all have to have big hats with feathers and stuff.
Ninja's recent video was kind of on this subject. I thought his video was more about just like, I want to paint a model for a game. I guess it is kind of that subject.
Who the hell is Ninja?
I don't know. Painting display models no longer spark joy, at least for now. They did at one point this year. I painted the I think of the 4 or of the 3 I painted in April, the comic book one was the one that was like, dang, that's like, I had so much fun with that.
I wonder if the real reason that Scott's obsessed with making this this dueling game where you use large scale figures to play is so that way he has an excuse to paint them to gaming level rather than display quality level.
Yeah, that's what it is. John never commented on my Kane's Tup logo. That fucking logo is so good.
Yeah, it is.
Pete says, I'm 50-50 on enjoying painting as a stress relief from a hectic day of work, but I also have a problem playing with anything not painted. So sometimes I just want it painted even if I don't do it. Okay, I got you. The Idiot Painter, those are coming out. I'm working on my Ranger video right now. In fact, the reason why my desk was cleaner and why there's black paper and why the palette is poster tacked to the table is because I had to paint another section of the model because I had covered it with my head. But other than that, I've been scripting the rest of the video, and the plan is to have it done by Thursday so we can shoot the monologue. And I have dates this whole month that I have to hit to finish the Ranger Masterclass course, which is the last one to get done. So soon, hopefully soon, it'll be done. Moose660 says, I enjoy painting, but then hate everything I paint. I put them in a cabinet and never look at them again. Why? They're not bad. I'm no D. Cowell. Nice. But I don't play at all. I mean, you're on your way. You're on your way to Colwell.
I think
you meant Colwell.
I think it's okay to hate the things that you paint and never be happy with them. Just take solace in the fact that you can show it to people, and every time they'll be like, "This is awesome. I couldn't do this."
Yeah.
And as long as don't do that until you're done with the mini. Make sure you're completely done, so that way you can't get the fangs sunk into you too hard. Poster tack Scott's head to the chair.
There you go.
I don't want Scott's head poster tacked to me.
Nice. So I run the largest tabletop gaming convention in Colorado. Whoa. We have painting classes and bring special guests. Y'all think Scott, I mean, you can ask me. I would like to come to Colorado, yes. I went to Colorado for my honeymoon. Fun fact.
What a place for a honeymoon.
Yeah, we couldn't afford something huge. And so we got a little cabin, went on some hikes. It was good. I think D. Cowell, I think he meant Colwell. Wait, no, you didn't. Colwell's name isn't a D, is it? Hold on. I'm losing my mind right now. Colwell. Yeah, Dave Colwell. Dave Colwell is an amazing miniature painter. I'm still learning too. There you go, KDNLA. Focus on how far you come, not where you're at currently. It's called Genghis Khan. That's fucking great. Love that.
Hell yeah.
Love that name. Yeah, I mean, classes are kind of hard. It's, they take a lot of effort and a lot of work. But I would love to teach maybe a couple classes a year once I have my shit together. I very much so don't have my shit together. And
sure.
Maybe that's pretty obvious.
No, that part, sure. But once you have your shit together, when will that be, Scott?
Whenever I get rid of the Kickstarter, things will start to come together everywhere else in my life. At least that is what I'm telling myself. We'll see.
The lies that we tell ourselves.
It's got to be true, Evan. It's got to be true. But no, I realize that I have to start saying no to more things, just so that I can finish the current obligations I have, and then after that, then I can start saying yes to more things and doing other stuff. But I just gotta, and I'm close. So hopefully soon. I think the process is important to enjoy, says Carl. The goal is a snapshot in time. There'll be goals before and after for forever. It's like having a goal of being a dope granddad eventually. It's gonna be dope, but I'm gonna enjoy all these steps from here till there.
Well, I'm not gonna be a dope granddad because I'm not a dad, so.
You could be.
That requires another willing participant.
It actually doesn't, but.
It kind of does. Adopting is basically impossible for single people in general, but in particular single males.
You don't need to adopt either. You could find someone who is willing to be a surrogate mother. Which that sounds crazy, but I have a friend who is currently going through that process right now.
That does sound crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how serious you are about wanting to have children and stuff. That's like, you're super serious.
I definitely do not have the money for all that.
Right, yeah, there's that too. Probably it's pretty expensive. I don't know what it costs.
Mike Genie, Evan, take one of my kids. I don't much care which.
The con is February 15th to 18th, 2024. Get your shit together by then. I appreciate the candor. Yeah, I'll try. I hopefully will be done with the Kickstarter by then. If I'm not, something bad
When were you supposed to be done with this stuff for the Kickstarter?
I think I was supposed to be delivering. I can't remember. Someone in the chat certainly knows. Surrogate mothers in Canada land don't get paid? What? Wait, so is it just a volunteer thing?
Maybe they just really like being pregnant.
Hold on. It's a volunteer thing. Okay. I mean, there are certain people who like pregnancy, and that's for them, I guess, but holy cow, that feels
That feels like a lot.
That feels like a lot. Yeah. That's crazy. That's crazy to me. Roughly costs $250K to raise a kid to 18. Woo!
Pretty sure it's actually double that, but
Double.
yeah.
God damn. Hard to know. Kids are a hard thing to know about. It's like I'm kind of curious if I want to have children as well. And I saw something interesting on social media that was like, if you're asking the question, like if you're asking what's the benefit of having a child, like you're asking the wrong question, because you don't have children for you. It's so you can put love and attention into something else. So if the question you're asking is what is having a child going to bring me, you are not ready to have a child. That was the logic that I heard, and I was like, that seems pretty reasonable.
It's very gatekeepy. I think that you're ready to have a kid when you just are having a kid.
Okay, so
I'm in total opposite camp, which is just like it's a natural life cycle extension, and putting all this weight and forethought behind it is kind of, I don't know.
Yeah, if we've got any prospective parents in the chat, let me know what you think about that. Both my sentiment and also Evan's, and also so feel free to supply any of your own. My daughter will look at that $250K figure and look at me and laugh.
Yeah.
Thank you, Candace Plays.
That's kind of what I mean, Zerbads, is it's like, yeah, no matter your reasons or how prepared you are or aren't, no plan survives contact with the enemy. In this case, the enemy is
his children.
It's a crying baby that will not stop crying, even though you've tried everything in every parenting book.
Right.
And you're just going, why? I thought we were ready for this.
Yeah, I've also heard that sentiment, which nothing is going to prepare you for children. But yeah. I think you kind of want to just know, as someone who's concerned, trying to speak from that point of view, you just want to know kind of what you're getting into. Obviously, there's stuff that you've heard from people, and all that stuff, but you never really fully know what you're getting into.
Oh, that's very sweet, Hud. My wife and I both did not want kids before we met each other. We both independently decided we did want kids, and we both love our 2-month-old daughter.
There you go. I mean, I think if I had a child, I would absolutely love the shit out of it. But also at the same time, I feel very selfish in that I don't know. There's a lot of things I want to do with my life, and I don't know if a kid is going to allow me to do those things. But I don't know. Maybe that's a bad attitude to have. I don't know. What miniature paint range do you find to be the one that requires the least thinning before going on the model? There's a couple. I would say Pro Acryl is in that camp. I would say that Reaper MSP is in that camp.
Yep.
And then those are the ones that are actually obtainable. The other ones are like came and went. They're weird, obscure brands that no one's ever heard of or are hard to get. Those are the big ones.
Yeah, both those are basically designed to be able to be used as base coats out of the bottle.
Okay.
Very slight thinning, if any at all. Steve, when I'm teaching people, I highly recommend Pro Acryl because it'll teach you color fundamentals. You'll get good coverage out of all the colors, and it doesn't require a bunch of thinning up front. And you can get that initial starter box of the 24 colors for $100. And it kind of does everything that you need except metallics. And then if you want metallics, you buy their metallics box, and their metallics are really good.
From a father of 4, here's what you're getting into. No pain is like kid pain, but there's also a specific kind of joy that nothing else can fulfill. Yeah, that sounds right. I often wonder if I would paint better if I learned how to thin paint properly and got the guts to actually use my airbrush about months ago, still in the box. I mean, that's definitely a critical part of painting well, is knowing how to dilute the paint to get it to do what you want. The child will not allow you. You will have to make a more directed, selfish decision Yeah, I don't mean like the kid's literally gonna allow me to go and start a rock band. I mean, am I gonna find time to start a rock band while adequately parenting? That's the question that I wouldn't know. And I don't think you ever would know. Painting question. Vallejo just released a bunch of new colors from their Express paints, speed paints. What are your thoughts of their Express paints? They're pretty good. They have a little bit longer drying time than GW. They dry matte. So if you want more of a matte dry, go with Express paints. And also watch some Juan Hidalgo videos, because that guy is like the transparency king. He knows everything about those types of paints.
The transparency king.
Yes. Teach your kids to play music and then bam, rock band. All right, School of Rock all over again.
Those aren't his kids.
I know, but they loved him like his own.
Shitty Mini. This actually worked for me. Yeah, all right. It's like the Osmonds or something.
The Osmonds?
Yeah.
The Osborns?
No. It's not the Osborns. The Osmonds. Donny Osmond. Also, the Jackson 5.
There you go.
Muzz660 says, Scott, odd question. Could you pick up your airbrush and position yourself if you were about to use it?
Yeah, 1 second. I appreciate this question a lot. But just let me finish this wash. That's the kind of question that I would ask someone about airbrushing.
This is actually, he says, I'm a design engineer. It's relevant to something I'm working on.
Okay, I'd ask you for a different reason, but...
Yeah. Let me,
kind of like, they're kind of in this range of motion. And, yeah, kind of like this. I'm trying to get as close to the, as close to down the barrel as I can get, just so I have a really good idea of where the paint's coming from and where it's going. But yeah, kind of like that.
Does that help, Muzz660? I switched to both camera views so you get the big view and the close view. Mike Genie, I have seen a laser sight for an airbrush made by some Japanese company, and it was really cool, but it was also very bulky. I think it would be mostly distracting, to be honest. It would be nice to see exactly where you're spraying, but the issue is you're also now shining like a bright red X or green X. Yeah. I think if I was doing OSL work, where you're laying down a little bit of a white to then go over and color, maybe, but yeah.
It's an inspirational story, Katie in LA.
It is.
Appreciate you sharing it with me. You need a clear laser so you don't impact the color you're spraying? Nice. Isn't that what Angel Heraldez' like airbrush that he came out with is supposed to do? It's got like this long metal tip, and it kind of tells you where the paint is supposed to go. I don't know if that's what I don't know if that's the purpose of the airbrush, but it certainly does that.
All right, I think I found it. Hang on. I'm gonna show this just for a brief moment on stream so that people can see what it is.
Okay.
It's got a laser sight. I have pictures of it too. Give me a second here.
Is there a reason you're not showing the video for longer? Are you concerned with some kind of like?
I don't want YouTube to be like, you showed. Remember when we showed like that stupid clip from NCIS for like 10 seconds, and then it was able to grab that even though it was only a partial screen of it.
Okay. Yeah.
We want our 1,000 views worth of
AdSense.
AdSense.
Yeah, whatever that amounts to. Who knows?
Or like $2 or something.
Yeah, it's something like that. I have no idea actually what it is.
Here is what the device looks like on the airbrush.
Surely we could have done better.
I think.
What the fuck?
I think this thing is so fucking cool, but also
It's so cool. Yeah.
It's definitely a solution in search of a problem to some degree.
Yeah.
Particularly that use case that it's showing off where it's like, I'm spraying this giant staircase model, and I have to make sure to hit the banister. It's like, yeah, but like...
I'm base coating a giant staircase.
Do you, though? Like, the whole thing is getting painted brown.
Yeah. I mean, I think maybe they're just showing that it's accurate, maybe? It's like the brown is ending up.
Sure, but like, is it? I mean, you've got... Yeah, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's neat. It's neat. I kind of want it, even though I have zero need for it.
I want it for a video because it just is so fucking ridiculous.
It really is. Looks like it's Korean. Yeah.
That site is impolite? What? Yeah, Mr. Funker does look exactly. It sounds like a YouTube video waiting to happen. Yeah, just because it's like... There is that wow factor, that what the fuck factor is going on here. Yeah. Hondo P. Also, someone in chat said that they thought that Scott would make a good dad. I appreciate that sentiment. A long time ago, I used to do something called the Vacation Bible School. And it was a lot of fun to hang out with all the kids and do activities and stuff. So I think I would have a lot of fun with my own child, anyways. That was like when I was like 16.
Would your child rebelling be them liking Space Marines?
Oh my God! If I raised a child to be a Space Marine chooser, like if I raised my child and never mentioned 40K, and then I was like, "Here's 40K." Pick a faction, and they picked Space Marines.
Definitely Space Marines. Definitely not just Space Marines, but Ultramarines.
I would lose my shit. That'd be so not okay.
I'm gonna definitely save this VOD for if you and Amber ever have kids.
Vampires suck, Dad. I threw your coffin skateboard on the roof, nerd.
Yeah.
No!
Bloodspawn just subscribed. Sorry, excuse me. Bloodspawn.
X, of course. Yes, we need to get that in there. Lila Mev, Miralev. Do you mean Lila Mev or Miralev? Did a video on airbrush cameras. Yeah, they're just for earwax cameras, rebadged. Oh, okay, interesting.
Yeah, once they were Bloodspawn, but then they got over it.
I hear you there, HUD, enjoying the little things. I mean, the same can be true for like pets as well. Like there are so many tiny little habits that my dogs have that no one really appreciates, but me and Amber, because we're just around to see them do all those funny things. And also, you kind of know your dog's personality or your child's personality, and when they do certain things that are outside of that personality, it's cute and stuff. So I definitely get that. Or I could see how that would be true. Is it like insanely offensive for me to like compare your child to my dog?
No, not at all. I mean, kids aren't really people until they're like at least 2.
I like how Evan is answering the question. Weed? Sure. Heroin? No. Space Marines? You're dead to me.
I mean, that's true, Double D's. I said at least. There's a transition point in there somewhere where, and for some kids it's much later, where they start being actual people rather than like disgusting human-shaped creatures.
Evan doesn't like children. Okay, got it.
No, that's... I like kids just fine. I'm just recognizing the fact that babies and toddlers are fucking gross. Yeah, little bipedal animals. Yeah, pretty much.
I kick ass for the Lord.
Monument Hobbies is gifting 20
Woo!
tier 1 subs.
20
just showing
tier 1
up,
subs.
It's like, yeah, let's do this.
Okay, speaking of,
That means we're doing the bag giveaway.
we're at 56 subs. We're doing the third CMON Expo and the final Expo bag giveaway. And then, if we hit 100 subs this stream,
I don't know if that's gonna happen.
it
Scott.
might not happen. Oh, it's 3:30. Yeah, we got 30 minutes to go to accrue 44 subs, so it may not happen, which is unfortunate. But Galactus Mini comes with a replaceable zombie head and a replaceable zombie arm, which aren't shown here. This model's fucking huge. Free giveaway for anyone who is a follower of the chat, of the channel. Does not come with Love for the Blood God. But yeah, we're doing this at 100 subs.
But right now, we're doing the Expo bag giveaway.
Yes.
Exclamation mark moist in the chat if you'd like to enter that giveaway for a CMON Expo bag. Please do not enter if you're in a location that doesn't allow you to enter random raffle type giveaways. You must be a follower of the channel, not a subscriber to enter.
Can you put me on the paint cam?
Yeah, I can, but I first want to think about my life choices.
I'm gonna paint the eyeballs of the staff a fun teal color. Thank
Glowing
you
green.
for the
Yeah.
sub. Who, I missed it. Who was the sub? Oh, Anonymous Gifter gave Crooked Green a sub. Oh, thank you, Anonymous.
That giveaway's running for another 14. Oh, okay, sure. All right. Monument Hobbies says we're doing the Galactus giveaway. Just gifted another 50 subs. Jason
I'm pretty sure I'm on Jason's payroll at this point.
and RG Man 84 gifted another 5 too.
Man, who needs a following when you have just Jason?
Yeah,
as-
it's Monument Hobbies is like, hey Scott, hey,
Don't mess with me,
your
Scott.
producer mentioned that he recommends Pro Acryl, so I'm just gonna come in here and casually drop 70 subs.
Jason, I don't even know what to say to you. There's nothing to say. You're just too great. Scott starts slowly replacing all his paints with Pro-Acryl. Literally, that's the least I can do. I mean, the least I can do really is actually just paint. I mean, it's been a while since I painted a model with Pro-Acryl. I think the last one that I really tried it out on was Glorio Van Elton from Cursed City. I think I should give it another shot. What do you think, chat? Should I give Pro-Acryl another shot? We'll paint the next Greyjoy mini with all Pro-Acryl.
All right, easy.
Easy. Thank you.
I know that you loaned a bunch of Pro Acryl to Curtis when he was working on his AOS stuff. Has that stuff made it back? Or do you need me to schlep my stuff in from the car? Because I've always got it with me.
Oh, depending on what you have,
I have
first gen paint.
I have every Pro Acryl current product.
Okay, so I only have the
aside
old
from the
stuff.
airbrush
I have the old stuff, but not the
and
new
the
stuff.
bag.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, sure. That'd be cool. Be cool to try out some of your paint.
Mike Genie, I keep the bucket of paints in my car because most of my painting happens at the store.
You know a guy. No, I don't need any more paint. I gave the paint you sent me to someone else to use because he didn't have a paint range, with the intent of him giving it back. But I can just get it back from him, and then I'll have all the paint again.
Yeah, he loaned it to Curtis just on a temporary basis. So.
Yeah. Okay. I went for a poop for 2 minutes and I come back to the goal getting decimated. You can thank Monument Hobbies for that. Specifically Jason. Fuck. Keep getting the white of the eye.
Hey, Jason, I think that you guys need to start selling this product, by the way. I know you guys have a first-party airbrush, but here, I want to show you, because I don't think you saw this. So it's a laser sight for your airbrush, so you can see exactly where you're aiming.
Show them the other angle, though. The other angle, like the angle from the front, is fucking gnarly, dude.
Yeah, hang on.
It's so big.
Yeah, here you go.
I love that.
That thing's so cool.
It's so cool. I need the Pro Acryl version of that.
Yeah, I'm down to party.
Okay, we got the eyeballs of the staff painted with little tiny dots of white, and now we'll huck Dan's favorite contrast paint in there, Aethermatic Blue.
Aethermatic Blue.
And then we'll paint on top of that Aethermatic again with more bright blue, so we'll kind of get like this little glowy effect. Or hopefully we will. That's the idea.
So cool. I want it so badly. It's so dumb, but it's so cool.
2 emitters because fuck you. That's why you need the crossings.
It's so you can judge your distance and have it perfect.
Yeah. Oh man, there's like little adjustment knobs. Oh my god, I forgot. You would need to change. You would need to change that for every distance. Not every distance, but if you were like going in and out, like the crosshairs would not be accurate, right? Well, it'd be close enough, probably.
Yeah, I mean, well, the thing is it's always going to hit directly between the two on a flat surface.
Exactly. Yeah, that's true. So it's like kind of good enough.
Yeah. But yeah, you would have to zeroing it would, I'm sure, be kind of a pain.
Be right back, honey. I gotta go to the range and sight my airbrush.
I'm just like, I love it. I want even a third laser because let's go for it. One from the bottom.
You love it because it looks like a mech. Someone said this looks like someone said it looks like a Sentinel from like the Matrix, but like the beta version of one.
100%.
It's the red dot right there. That's what it is.
Yeah. I wish that there was like a front-on view on this forum.
The current giveaway is for the bag. We'll be doing the big Galactus giveaway right after that.
Yeah, indeed. And yes, Mike Cheney, it needs stowage.
Oh, this is not doing anything. Maybe the eyeball is too small to really have much of an impact.
Did you thin your Aethermatic Blue?
No, I didn't, but it's not really doing much blue stuff. Having to really kind of pile it on there to turn blue. Okay, that kind of is working.
Paint cup cartridges. The comfort stock. You know, I have been really tempted to pick up a pistol-style airbrush.
Go for it.
The key is I don't use my airbrush enough to justify purchasing yet another airbrush. Because I have 4 of them already. And I think that's probably plenty.
Rufus Kid, I'm totally down for that. So Rufus Kid is a huge Galactus lover. And he's willing to put a bounty for the giveaway. So if you win the Galactus model, you can either have the Galactus model or you can take Rufus Kit's money. So I'm willing to do that for Rufus specifically because I know he's a Galactus lover, but also because he's just a huge follower of the chat, of the channel.
That he is.
Well, I don't know if the eyeball thing I'm trying to do is really doing anything. So maybe I can make, whatever. Here's what I'll do. I'm going to grab some more of this gold. And then I'm going to kind of push it up here and the staff.
I definitely would buy an airbrush with Picatinny rails on it.
With
Because I'm
what?
a fucking chump.
With what on it?
Picatinny rails?
Picatinny rails.
You know the rails that are on like the foregrip of a gun? So you
Okay.
can put like lasers and grips and stuff on it?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. I missed what... Megalodon Jaws. Pete says, well, let's give Rufus a chance. If we hit 200 subs, we can give away another Galactus.
Kane, thanks for the sub. Appreciate it. So I can skip Adepticon now that we got Portillo's coming. Nice.
You're not allowed to have Portillo's.
You can only eat it in Chicago during Adepticon. This is not really coloring the metal like I kind of hoped it would. Do I really need that much? Let's try. Yeah. Okay. Isn't working very well. That's okay. That's Makoro, done. Just gotta slap him on a fancy sand base. And then he can join the rest of my completed Greyjoy. Oh, let me soften up that brow a bit.
Thought you just said he was done.
I did say that, but I forgot that I said also while working on the rest of the model, I was gonna like keep softening this super sharp recess that I have on his brow. I never did that again other than the first time. So let's try again. Same thing, very diluted paint in my brush. And I'm just like painting it over that dark line, intentionally splaying the brushes so that it is wider than the line and it kind of fuzzes the line.
RG Hanamic. Gifting 5 subs.
Thank you, RG Hanamic. Appreciate it, y'all.
About 4 minutes left on the Simon Expo bag giveaway. Exclamation mark moist in the chat to enter that if you're in an area that lets you enter into random drawing type raffles. Thanks again to Simon for providing all these bags to us to give away, and the Galactus model, which we will be giving away immediately afterwards. I'm going to pick a winner. I'm going to make sure that they're here, and then I'm going to start the Galactus one.
Scott, you make my Tuesday afternoons tolerable, so thank you. That means a lot to me, man. Appreciate it. It means a lot that you say that, and then you would also support the stream with subs, so thank you a lot. Ripped Wizard is ripped. Yeah, dude, this guy's fucking yoked. We finished Eric Ironmaker last stream. We got Makoro done as well. I'm liking both of these ones quite a bit, actually. I wish I just had completed painted bases that I could just slap these homies on right now. Just so I could call them, I could just be done. All right, so those guys are done. I think the third one we primed up when we kind of prepped a bunch of models to paint was Balon Greyjoy. So we'll do him next. I was really not happy with how I painted him the last time. I didn't like how I had the colors on the model. So I need to think of a different way to do that. He has so many layers of fabric. And my brain always wants to paint them all slightly different colors of blue and, you know, blue shaded cream and whatever else. Black highlighted with blue. But there's got to be a better way to do what I did last time. He's got a lot of metal stuff. was this? Yeah, this one was a victim of the resin incident, and so was Eric. But Makoro, I had never painted a Makoro before. This is the first one. I really like it though. I really like I have so many like one-off Greyjoy models painted, and I love looking at all of them together because it just feels like a warband of something. And they're all different, but they're all painted in that kind of teal and blue fashion, and it's fun to look at.
So you have the Silenced Men done.
Drowned Men.
And yeah, a unit of Drowned Men.
And then I have a fuckload of commanders and attachments painted. Not a fuckload, but a decent amount. I think the next unit I'm gonna paint is probably gonna be a unit of bowmen, because bowmen are just kind of always an auto include in Greyjoy. Even now, I feel like they are. I feel, it's either that or Drowned Men. It's like, what's the best way to spend 4 points with Greyjoy?
You definitely, I think Drowned Men go in every list and Bowmen go in pretty much every list.
Yeah.
I think
I agree.
If you were gonna do 3 4-point units, it's Drowned Men, Bowmen, instead of before it would have been Drowned Men, Bowmen, probably.
Okay.
I think Bowmen right now are good at 2 things, which is activating and dying. They're very, very good at both those things and not super great at much else. But
they're a great place for Euron Crow's Eye to go.
Yeah, they're a nice little tech piece there. They certainly have their usage. Any unit that shoots in the game is generally actually pretty decent. The problem is the 8 morale.
Yes.
If someone decides that they want them to die, they just die.
Yeah, panic bombing them with the tactics board is actually not a waste of time.
Right, and then they lose 2 wounds or 3 wounds, and then they lose 2 wounds or 3 wounds, and then your opponent's like, okay, cool, I'm going to go over there and kill them now.
Yep.
And then they're gone.
And then you bring them back alive with Balon Greyjoy.
Certainly.
And then they do it again.
The play of all the units to bring back Bowman. All right. I'm pulling the winner for the bag. Mr. Funkadizzle.
Woo! Funkadizzle.
Long time chatter. Oh, shit.
What?
Yeah. That was what Mr. Funkadizzle said.
All right.
Cool.
This is for the bag, not for the big mom.
That's the bag. Now we're gonna do one for the Galactus. Give me 1 second. I'll message you and do the bit once I get the other giveaway going. All right. So this timer is also going to be going for 15 minutes. Same deal. Exclamation mark moist in the chat to enter our Galactus giveaway. Thanks to Cool Mini for providing us a Galactus to give away. Thanks to all the subscribers that we've had this stream, but I mean, honestly, in particular, Monument Hobbies for making sure we got across that line. If you're interested in winning the Galactus from Marvel United, like the one that's on the table there, that's what did it measure to? It's like 32 inches tall or something?
Here is his head compared to Balon Greyjoy.
Yeah.
Does that give you an idea?
He is monumental. It's awesome. So we're giving that away. The timer's going for another 14 minutes.
You don't have to abstain because you're in Scotland. As far as I'm aware. Actually, Pete's in the chat right now. Pete, is Simon willing to ship this thing to a European country as well, or is it only North America? We didn't actually ask that question before.
Forgiveness, not permission, Scott. He said do the giveaway.
Okay. Marvel Zombicide, not Marvel United. Yes. Although,
excuse me.
Both are owned by Simon, though, right? I think United is Simon. Yeah, it is. What do I want to do? I think I figured it out, chat. I think I figured out what I'm going to do with this. Let me real quick fix a mold line that is looking rather heinous. Okay, I thought I put my... Oh, I did. The fuck? It's got no cap. Wait, I think I'm actually in one of the countries that doesn't allow random raffles.
Uh-oh, now he's got to reprime the Mini.
No.
Has to reprime.
Remember when I was like first getting into miniature painting and like I thought that once you varnished a model, you like could not paint it anymore? Those are the simpler times.
There's a lot of misconceptions around miniature painting.
I don't know if it's like any more than like a normal hobby.
No, but like stuff like that comes up a lot. There we go. Thanks. All right, time to do the thing.
Wait, you drawing the giveaway?
No, I drew the last one, so now I have to do the bit for that while this giveaway is going.
Okay.
Hey, man. It's happening.
Hey, man.
I'm typing what I'm saying. You get to be on the receiving end. So, you know the deal. Name, address, email address.
All right, Rufus Kit is saying if someone wins Galactus, he's offering a bounty of $100 to your spot away. Or sorry, spot away. What the fuck? Via Venmo, Zelle, or PayPal. Probably PayPal if you're outside the US. Paid today. So if you want to take $100 instead of Galactus, let Rufus Kit know. We'll orchestrate it in chat. I've been painting for 20 years and didn't know about that until the last few years. Yeah, I mean, I got you. I mean, it kind of... Uh-oh.
And we can get this on the way. Someone start a bidding war just to make sure that Rufus can't get it. I'll pay you $101. Why are we stripping, Scott? Did you ruin your mic setup? Great. Did you mute yourself? Yeah, you did. Okay. You talking to me?
Why is the screen black?
Oh, I black screened it.
Oh.
So you could get naked. Do crazy things.
Chat, no, we're not. We're fine. We're here.
We're fine.
My mic fell off my tape, so I had to fix it.
The thing happened again. It just jumped down from 118 to 65.
What did?
Streamlabs' bar thing.
Oh, it's doing the thing. Okay.
Yeah, I switch scenes and it refreshes, and then it like loses a bunch of subs.
I want to airbrush some express paints to try out something different.
Ooh. Trying something different, chat.
Might as well take advantage of this undercoat that we have here.
Yeah, our machine can't do that.
Okay, they have a lot of lovely blues. Let's grab out a couple here. I love the way this box smells. It smells so much like a new pair of sneakers. It's just like, it's such a fucking good smell.
It's like the specific type of foam that they've got in there.
Do you want to smell this?
No, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love it. We got a wash. They have washes. They have inks. They have fluos. They have express paints.
That is a hell of a collection.
I know. And they also have like glazed medium, gloss, satin, matte, varnish.
Coconut cheese. Vallejo was kind enough to send us the entire revamped range. So game color, express color, a bunch of inks, fluorescents, other stuff. Neuroman, the minis that we're painting are for Cool Mini or Not's Song of Ice and Fire, the miniature war game. He's been painting a lot of Greyjoy leaders, commanders, NCUs, that kind of stuff.
Okay. I think the other case is all normal paint.
Simon or Come On is Cool Mini or Not.
Wait, didn't I say I was going to paint this model with Procro?
I mean, you said the next one. Do you want to do this one? Do you want me to grab my paints?
I kind of feel like, what's the point in starting? It's like we're going to end the stream in 15 minutes.
We're going to end the stream basically when the giveaway's ending. We can just hang out and chat.
Yeah, I kind of want to just hang out and chat. I also I do want to check out these blues that I got out, though. So maybe we could do that. Okay. Got a lot of blues here, chat. Washes, inks, express paints, no acrylic paint, but yeah, anything that was blue in that box I grabbed. Oh, also a fluo paint. Fluo turquoise. I have seen Ultra Kill paints in some of your videos. What's your opinion on those paints? They're great. You know, they're consistent across the range, which I can't say that for Chimera. The only one that wasn't consistent for me was white paint, and I emailed them about that, and they were like, you got a test version of the white paint. That's why it was fucked up. That's not how it normally is. So that was my experience. And I haven't used much of the paint other than like mostly the red. The red's good. Chimera's red is more of an orangey red, and their red is more of like a true red, or you call it a colder red maybe in comparison. And I prefer the colder red, but it's like the same level of saturation and punchiness as Chimera. And so I like it a lot. But I haven't used much of the other range, so I can't speak to the other paints as well. Nice. Well, have fun with the range when they come. Scott has the blues. Nice. I'm blue, I'm dying. Nice. Funky Dizzle's got it. Look at those stream views climb. Everyone wants the mini.
Pretty sure the line is, I'm blue, if I was green, I would die.
Is that what it is? I had no idea there were actual fucking words. That's so fucking hilarious. I thought he was seriously speaking jib. I had no idea. Crimson Chamberlain.
This is one of those Berenstein Bears type things.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, I don't know if this is fluo blue, but it's a very, very saturated and almost dark turquoise color. Fluorescent cold green. Okay. I looked it up a couple years ago. It's just nonsense, not lyrics.
No, the actual real lyric is, I'm blue, I will pee on a guy. But that was too controversial.
Wait, are you lying to me, Evan? You know I can't detect sarcasm, and I'm gullible. It's a terrible combination.
Gullible is just a less wholesome way of saying trusting.
It's very blue. Vice's The Story of Blue is great. I fucking love Vice documentaries. I used to watch them when I was interning at Seagate, and I was bored out of my fucking mind.
Oh, Oh. I posted it on the Discord earlier. By the way, if you're not on the Discord, if you subscribe on Twitch or on Patreon, you can get access to the Discord, and you can at Scott for painting advice or at me to talk about robots. But No Clip's documentary about the Burger King video games came out yesterday, and it's great. It's a great little 35-minute documentary. Everyone should watch it. It's hilarious.
Okay.
Scott, you probably remember those, but you were kind of on the young side, I think. There was a Burger King promo where they had Xbox games in 2007. I had all 3 of them, and I don't know what happened to them.
Okay.
It's just some fun and interesting stories behind them.
Can you put the paint cam on? I want to show people these blues.
Yeah, I thought it was on.
Can you move it to show this, or do I have to move
Yeah,
the
I
camera?
can.
Okay.
Hang on.
I didn't know if that was possible. Okay. So here's what I've tested so
Pete,
far.
you're a subscriber, so all you should have to do is tie your Discord to your Twitch account.
Yes.
Settings, connections, Twitch, and once you do that, you should be auto-added to the Miniac Discord within a couple minutes.
This teal color is fluo blue, just straight up fluo blue. This turquoise color over here, that looks so different in camera. This is more of green, this is greeny. This is cold green fluo. And this one in the middle, which is this one's showing up great, is Mystic Blue Express Paint. Okay.
Oh, Mike Genie, he has over 4,000 copies now. He's in the documentary. It's great.
Again, this is showing up more green and turquoisey than anything. Interesting. This is just black ink. I didn't mean to grab that. This is dark turquoise ink, okay?
Well, the giveaway ends in 45 seconds. Last chance, ! Moist to enter the giveaway for Galactus.
This big boy right here, chat. Get after it.
The ultimate paint holder. The flex at paint night to bring in Galactus to hold one paint in front of you.
To hold one paint. I don't know. I have never heard of No Clip.
Really? Oh, you would enjoy that channel.
At least by name. I haven't.
No Clip is a small journalistic operation that makes documentaries about the making of games, including embedded docs, where they'll get the opportunity to interview devs along the way while they're making games. So like they did a Starfield documentary that came out a few months ago before the release of the game, stuff like that. Okay. All right. I am hitting the button for the Galactus giveaway.
Hold on. This is a big moment, Evan.
It's not just a big moment, it's a big mini.
We need pomp and circumstance. Okay, I just wanted to hold it. All right.
Hold me, Galactus.
We're giving away my boy, my precious child, to one of you heathens in chat. Just kidding. You're getting. I'm keeping this one. You're getting another one. But,
Carl West Coast Bannerman.
Carl West Coast Bannerman. Fucking A. Carl, if you don't want Galactus and you want $100 instead, Rufus Kit would love to give you $100.
It is up to you, Carl. Ship it with Baby Bjorn. or 7 Crunch Wraps.
7 Crunch Wraps.
Which is pretty tempting.
That's freaking awesome, Carl. Congratulations. Wait, do I have time to subscribe? It is for followers of the channel, whoever have entered in.
Yeah.
Multiple air horn noises.
Whisper Carl. Hey, Carl.
Or you can hold, or you can hold Galactus in your arms at night.
Galactus? Question mark? If so, I need things. I'm messaging you, by the way.
I'm gonna hold my baby and pretend I won Galactus. How much purple is too much purple? Definitely not this much. This is the right amount. Found the Discord Connect. Excellent, Pete. I will say the one message I get the most on Patreon is, how do I get in the Discord? It's like, it's confusing whatever way you end up getting in, apparently.
That's true. Carl, I am whispering you on Twitch right now. Please respond. I sent you a private chat. Please respond.
There are some inks that look very similar to their Express Paints counterparts. Like, I'm pretty sure the pigment used is the exact same. Like Omega Blue, which I actually really like Omega Blue. It's a great dark blue, but very saturated color. And Blue Ink these two look identical hue-wise, even like in real life as well. Carl's DMs are already full of Crunchwrap offering.
You know what? Actually, Carl, I'll just message you on Discord because that's probably easier for you. Carl is one of the people that I sucked into Evian.
Nice. You got sucked into the gravity. The top one looks a bit more purple. You know, maybe you're right.
Oh, there we go. No, he did reply via Whisper finally. Okay.
It might be a little bit more closer to indigo.
I need your name. Full.
Snake green.
In parentheses. Address. Phone number. And email address.
Okay, again, that's more green. I don't know why the green isn't showing up. Maybe we have like too much magenta on the camera or something like that.
You know, one of the problems with using LUTs that are calibrated for filmic looks is that they aren't actually aiming to fully accurately reproduce things.
No, this LUT is not for anything filmic. It is all about accurate color representation.
Well, clearly not. if greens aren't showing up right, so
there's a lot going on. You know, it's going through OBS. Maybe
yeah, though I think actually the wireless broadcast thing probably has an effect on it.
Maybe that thing compresses the image obviously, and then uncompresses it when it gets to the receiver. So.
Right, and it's compressing the color bands. So
yeah.
All right.
What is Evian? Oh,
Evian is a very fun deck building dueling card game that everyone should check out.
It's a 1v1 miniature war game.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. It's in my experience, it's the only actual 1v1 miniature game that I've found. It's hard to differentiate between board games and miniature war games, but the Street Fighter board game is also can be 1v1, and it is fun to play in that way. Like Highlander, exactly. I can see the green top left and bottom right. Yeah, it does look more green than the ones it's next to. I'm just trying to say that it's even more green than what I'm seeing on my monitor.
Maximum green.
Maximum. I own the Street Fighter board game. Chaos version is great. Yeah, the game is legitimately good. I like it a lot.
That game has a big upfront price tag, but it is nice that it's ready to go. Everything's painted right out the box. It's just there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Evian is very cool. People should check it out. PlayEvian.com. Thanks again to Cool Mini or Not for letting us do this big ass Galactus giveaway.
Yeah.
I've got Carl's info. Sorry, Rufus. Carl says he does want it, so we're going to be sending a box out to Carl in California.
Cool.
Rufus, it's not. No. Juicy Fruit just got married this weekend, exhausted, but enjoy relaxing to your stream. Well, thanks for relaxing with us.
I kind of hate their website because
it's not very good.
The one question I have in a game like this is, who can I play as? And I'm pretty sure the site doesn't answer that question.
It kind of does in a roundabout way. Honestly, Website's kind of bad. Game's pretty great. They have a free TATS mod that they've made themselves that's definitely worth checking out. It's really fun. I'm a big fan. Pete says, for those who didn't win, hang tight and keep supporting the channel. There will be more down the road. Okay. And we're going to be drowning in Galactuses.
No one's going to care anymore. They're going to be like, it's the 5th Galactus.
5th, 50th, 500th.
Okay.
Just fill the entire office with Galactuses.
Rufus Kit's like, my chance will come. Let's do a very brief mail time before we head out of here.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We do have some mail time from a Marvel product from a different company.
Yeah. Speaking of Marvel and Galactus, this showed up yesterday. The new MCP Earth's Mightiest Core set with all the reposed Marvel characters.
You know, that does actually have a few more minis in it than the old box.
What's in it?
The old box is 10 minis, and that one's 14, I think.
I'm seeing 5. I'm seeing 12.
It says on there like 14 minis or something.
13 character minis.
13. Yeah, there's 2 Captain Marvels in there. There was only one in the original, and it's like, I don't know if it's like awakened form or something. There's also like Ultron minions or something. I don't know.
Yes, there are some minions. The reposes are definitely good.
Yeah, it's definitely a glow up for a lot of the stuff in the box. So that's cool.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, and Winter Soldier is a new addition to the core box. Okay. Cool. I mean, like, I have the MCP core box, but I'm not planning on building or painting anything in it because I just was like, I just need the tools, and the box was cheap enough to get the tools and justify itself. And the little bit of terrain that you get in it, and then I'm going to paint my League of Mutants, which I've been slowly working on.
AMG did send me this core set. I am on AMG's list to get all their stuff that they make. I think I am, at least. I might not be. I actually don't get a lot of MCP stuff. I get just the big boxes. But for Shatterpoint, I am seemingly on some list, which I appreciate. Because they send me their stuff all the time. Got Mace over here, and Pawns, and some ARF troopers. They recently sent this stuff. Probably like a month ago, maybe. I got the Witches of Dathomir. And then also Cad Bane and Princess Amidala. Padme, and these people I don't know, Sabi, and the Naboo Royal Handmaidens. And then Cad Bane, Aura Singh, and some bounty hunters.
Dan, you can't have the commandos. I need the commandos.
The commandos are spoken for. Sorry, my friend Scott he wants those.
Sorry, which Scott?
Scott, the best man at my wedding, Scott, the one who I painted a Blood Age army for and then sold it subsequently. Fucking bastard.
Sounds like you shouldn't be giving him those.
Not even to get Legion stuff, yeah. And then I think Curse wants the Dathomir stuff, but Cad Bane and Amidala, those are unclaimed.
Great.
Of my friend group. You don't like Princess Amidala? What?
Dan caught what I was doing to you there, Scott.
What?
We do this to Dan all the time because he'll say someone and then we go, which one? Which Scott? Oh, Scott, my friend Scott, Miniac Scott.
Oh, that's a thing. Okay.
Yeah. Oh yes, it's a thing.
Okay. Well, there are several Scotts.
Which Joe?
I want the Queen.
Yeah. Yeah, Pete. It is a running joke all the time.
You need the Padme for the inevitable Jar Jar release. Only if Jar Jar comes in Sith form.
Darth Jar Jar.
Darth Jar Jar. Okay, that's it, stream. We did 2 lovely giveaways at pretty much the exact same time due to the love and grace of Monument Hobbies.
Extreme generosity for Monument Hobbies and CMON.
Generosity is a much better term than grace. Thank you for that. I appreciate it a lot. If you're still hanging out here in the chat. Also, thank you to everyone else who contributed to those subs as well. It wasn't just Jason who did all the work, and I really appreciate it, guys. We're going to be live again this Thursday playing Shatterpoint. Me and Dan Mawson are going to be playing. I'm going to be bringing my new Sith Inquisitors, my Jedicide list, and Dan is running something with Obi-Wan and Grievous, some heinous concoction of lore-shattering...
some bullshit.
Some bullshit, yeah, because I definitely didn't run some bullshit last game. His name
was Daniel Malson.
And Django. Yeah, so we'll be playing a game of Shatterpoint with me and Dan next Thursday, so in 2 days. And then, as per usual, the Tuesday painting stream will continue a week from now. So we'll see you next week, and we'll be painting up another Greyjoy character or a unit of dudes, and we'll be using Pro Acrylic paints that time to just kind of look at them again, see what the deal is.
What's the deal here?
What's the fucking deal? All right, who we hosting? Who we raiding?
Oh yeah, that's right. That's something that we do. Hang on.
Obi-Wan and Grievous? Yuck. I know. How could he? When I missed 2 giveaways? Yes, you missed both of them. Dar Binks.
It's raiding time.
Are we raiding a monument? I kind of feel like we definitely owe Jason that. I should call my list.
Raid monument and then ask them when their Galactus giveaway is.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, we'll raid monument. That's a layup.
All right, y'all. We're gonna send you over to Monument Hobbies. Enjoy their stream. Jason's always fun to hang out with, as is his sidekick Jordan Lamb, who is not a bad painter at all by any means. Both great painters with wisdom to share.
Indeed.
Yeah, we'll catch you on Thursday for Shatterpoint, and then a week from now for another painting stream. Until then, see you.
And thanks to Skaver.